Greetings, sentient beings. This broadcast is not intended for children. There will be strong language and adult themes.
What kind of adult theme were you thinking of, huh?
Oh, I'm sure we'll find one before too long.
Oh, good. I like it that way.
But it is Arbor Day, and as a special guest, I intended to have a tree here, but he had to leave.
Unfortunately, I don't know too. I'm not the greatest for growing trees, but
what is the exact definition of arbor?
Well, it's the place where all the ships anchor.
No, that's a British arbor.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what.
A shady garden alcove with a side and center roof formed by trees where climbing plants train over a wooden framework.
Well, that's what I usually thought, but it must have some other definition as far as related to planting trees.
Well, yeah.
I asked because when I had my shop, we had a tool.
Sorry, what was that, Jenny?
You had a shop that was formed.
She's gone completely quiet. She may have lost her connection.
Well, seeing as it's not Arbor Day for about another hour for me.
Yeah, not in North America yet.
I'll have to mute every so often because I'm going to sit here and munch on my gay trans Skittles.
Gay trans Skittles?
Yes. I found some Pride Skittles at Walmart when I was shopping.
Okay, but Skittles are always rainbow colored.
These are not.
Oh, so did they make some specifically for trans and not just general?
Well, these are for the Pride Month thing.
Yeah.
And they're all gray, so you can't tell what you're eating.
Oh, that's right. They did that last year. Which actually is better, as I understand, they can't sell American Skittles in the UK or in several countries in Europe because some of the colorings contain heavy metals that they consider to be too toxic.
And according to their website, we gave up our rainbow to show the support to the LGBTQ plus this community. For every Skittles Pride pack sold, we donate $1 to GLAAD.
Cool.
Though unfortunately, Walmart was selling these for $1, so I'm guessing they're kind of trying to screw them over.
No, I think the company's doing it more as a promotional thing and figuring that they can afford to take a loss on one item for 1 month. Interesting, the package design that they've got, a number of different logos there for gays, lesbians, just the triangle and the trans.
Yeah, apparently there are other package designs, but this is the one I got. It looks like Jenny's in the backstage.
Having trouble with your connection tonight?
No, not at all. I just suddenly realized that I was talking to nobody. I would say it's more StreamYard's crap.
Okay.
Because all my signal bars were just fine.
Okay, Skits Crasher thinks Arbor is Latin for trees.
It may well be. I mean, I heard Arbor used related to trees long before I ever heard it related to them. big steel car tool. Or I should say shop tool, not necessarily car.
Mm-hmm.
I would go look it up myself, but I would just end up being kicked out of the show again. I don't know what happened.
Yep, that's what I'm looking for. Oh, that's not what I wanted.
Now you're Arbor, etymology online, herb garden, pleasure garden, from Old French, field meadow, kitchen garden, from
Yep.
Latin herba, grass herb.
Well, what I got is it's from Latin or French, mid-17th century, arbor, meaning tree or axis.
Here it is. It is probably not from Latin arbor, tree. Though perhaps the word it has influenced its spelling. Arbor, arborist, tree, Proto-Italic, Artharus, uprightness, height, uprightness, from to grow high, ortho. Yeah.
I talk to the trees, but they don't answer to me.
Well,
they're really stuck up.
Yeah.
They start answering if I go a couple of days without sleep.
Hey, Perp, did you hear that Minnesota is one governor's signature away from recreational marijuana?
Oh, really? It passed both houses finally?
Yep.
Okay. I always found it strange that Minnesota wasn't much earlier in this.
Well, it went through this run of having at least one of the houses. I think it was the state house that was Republican controlled.
Yeah, it was for the best part of a decade.
So they just got nothing done and just spent 10 years doing nothing but no.
Yeah, if they were popular, they'd have nothing to do. Hey, Mark.
Are you there?
Yep.
I'm just muting myself as I munch on Skittles.
Are you not hearing me? Did something happen in my mic?
It sounded like you skipped a word or two or something like that. And, I got my eyes glued on my signal strength, so
yeah,
it's been
well.
consistent.
Sammy went to headbutt me and hit my microphone, so that might have dropped me for a moment.
Darn cats.
Well, he knows if I put the headset on that I'm, not going to be getting up for at least 2 hours, so he knows this is good lap time.
I had some strong winds come through not that long ago, so there's a chance I might get it booted off.
Having issues with the power there?
No, it's just a possibility since it had a lot of wind coming through not too long ago.
Yeah.
It's just a rainstorm coming through.
Yeah, and even though it rained today, it is very dry in here. The kitty is crackling.
Yeah, haven't gotten rain here for a while.
Really? I thought it rained like every day.
Nope, I wish. It was supposed to rain on the weekend and this weekend, but we'll see.
Yeah. Yeah, today it really didn't seem like much more than a drizzle, but it kept going all day long.
Oh, I like it when it's like that.
Yeah, I suppose that's the best kind for the garden because it gives it time to soak into the soil.
Yeah.
If it comes down too fast, it just washes away your topsoil.
And we were nothing but 70 and sunny with gentle breeze. One of those perfect weather days.
Well, Molly had a fun day. I took her over to the pet store today.
Oh, you let her pick on a new toy?
Yeah.
You looking for a trade-in? No.
No. I got her a couple of balls to play with, and I got her a couple of hooves to chew on, and I let her pick out something, which she picked out a pig ear.
I used to love taking my dog to the dog food store, Pet Warehouse or whatever it was called.
Yep.
She just got so excited. You can see it in her eyes, and she just walking in, and her tail's wagging, and she's looking everywhere, and
Yeah.
It's just nice. It's like they're an excited kid at Christmas.
Yeah, like little kid in the toy store.
Well, and it's good that they have some, positive things to associate with taking a ride in the car.
Yeah, I'm trying to find positive things they can take her out with, because I think she's still kind of getting over being abandoned.
Yeah.
And the car trip, associating that with car ride.
We still have a problem with Petunia, even just to take her to the groomer, because I still think she thinks every time she goes in the carrier that we're going to abandon her at the shelter.
Yeah.
You take your cat to a groomer?
Oh my!
I take Sloth Girl's cat to a groomer.
Oh.
Petunia has she's got the Maine Coon coat, and we think she was taken away from her mother too soon and doesn't really clean herself as well as she should.
Oh,
so twice a year we take her in, basically just to have her hair trimmed short so that she doesn't have so many things sticking in it and she doesn't get all the mats.
Sure. Now you're grooming cats.
Yeah. But if she doesn't get trimmed off, her fur develops just such thick mats that it starts pulling on her skin and it really hurts her.
Yeah.
Would that be catophilia? Well, come on, Perp. We get blamed for everything else, and we might as well do this too.
Yep. Yeah, I have a feeling see it that way. On the bright side, my heater decided to work today, which was good with the rain bringing the temperature down again. It's now at the point that it works when it feels like it, but I'll never know which days it's going to work and which days it won't.
Your what?
My heater for my living room.
Oh, you don't have central heating? Each room is heated separately?
Well, we've got the baseboard heaters, that's the whole building thing.
Yeah, say nothing more.
Yeah, well, and while they went and installed a new thermostat in my bedroom a few months ago, I am not convinced it does anything at all.
Well, it frames the wall really nicely.
Hey, Diana.
Hi, Di.
Diana, you may want to delete those last few posts on Twitter that you sent when we were talking last night.
Yeah, I talked to her on the phone earlier today. I mentioned that to her. So,
the dumbest thing I have ever seen on TV is on right now. It's on ABC. Trump. It's been going since 7 p.m. The NFL draft. Who the fuck cares about the NFL draft that they're going to broadcast it for 3 freaking hours? 4, it looks like. It doesn't look like it's over yet.
Well, unfortunately, I can see it getting ratings, especially with, so many guys liking the fantasy football thing.
God. It's just a waste of airspace as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah. Well, that's pretty much my opinion of professional sports in general.
Mm. Oh, and the weekend I took Molly over to meet her cousins. My family who have dogs. Is when they had I think it was maybe a Pomeranian and a blind poodle.
Mhm.
It was pretty funny. The little dog, little Pomeranian, and didn't want Molly sniffing her too much. She started getting all growly at her, and Molly was like laid down like, I'm sorry.
Hey, what you doing? I don't know you that well yet.
Yeah.
I realize you're a dog, but come on.
I introduced her to my uncle's dog, Tiger, who I've pet sit before for. We're hoping they can become friends because Tiger isn't socialized to other dogs too much.
Yeah, I sometimes bring Sammy upstairs, but Petunia's just not interested in playing. They have gotten to the point that there's no animosity going on, but Petunia would rather just not engage at all. At least she doesn't hiss at him or jump on him anymore.
Finally, some rain. Yes. Needing rain.
How many teams are in the NFL? Anybody know?
No idea.
No clue.
It's all a sports bowl to me.
All I know is that's the one that looks like somebody sat on the ball.
I'm just trying to figure out how long this crap's going to be on TV. There is. Oh, okay. All right. They're up to pick number 27. So it took them 3 hours, 3.5 hours to go 27 selections. Jesus Christ. They say baseball is boring.
So they're managing less than 10 picks an hour. I wonder how many they've got to go through for the whole thing.
Well, I know there's more than one round. That's all I know about it.
Looking it up, there are 32 teams in the NFL.
Okay, so I'm guessing that each round is one pick for each team. Yeah, Diane, I posted the link in your group if you wanted to jump in here. Oh, so Sloth Girl got the new medication this week. This one's a very slow release thing that they sent her home with a pump that she had to wear around for a day because it just disperses it gradually over 24 hours.
How are the side effects doing?
So far, the only thing she said is she feels exhausted. But even the doctor said that this one, it could be 2 to 3 days before she sees some of the side effects. The main one being nausea and vomiting. So we'll have to see over the weekend how she does with that. Yeah, and then Wednesday we had to go back again just so that they could disconnect the pump and remove the tubing.
Well, give her a big hug for me next time you're with her.
Well, I am sure she'll be going to bed before we finish here tonight, so it'll be tomorrow.
That's fine, whenever. Just do it or I'll never speak to you again, that's all.
Hey, Diana.
Hi, honey.
Did you
Hey.
did you delete those messages?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Okay, good. How you feeling?
I feel like shit. Let me see if I can adjust this sort of thing over here.
Yeah, looks okay the way you are.
Please help me, please. Somebody take me in, please.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't think that's something any of us can do.
You really wouldn't want to be here in Florida.
Try me. It's bad enough up here that I'd go ahead in Florida. Everything's falling apart. I want to go home.
Yeah, that being said, it's asking where you're at now.
Who, me?
Yep.
I'm in a mental health facility. Well, not a mental health facility. It's called the Resolve Center. It's for people who don't have anywhere else to go.
Is that something you would consider?
What?
Is that something you would consider doing?
What would I consider doing?
Going to the Resolve Center?
That's where she's at.
That's where I am.
I'm sorry. I misheard.
Yeah.
Forgive me.
She's checked in there for a couple of days.
I'm told that I showed up at the emergency room on Sunday saying that I couldn't make it anymore. I have no memory of any of this.
You've been pretty bad lately.
Yeah.
And that's when many of my possessions disappeared.
Yeah. Sounds like they might have them at the hospital then.
I can't do it anymore. I can't take any more. I just can't.
Yeah, I'm sorry there isn't anything any of us can do from this far away. And as far as taking you in, I don't even know anybody who owns their own home anymore. Everybody's leasing.
I actually own my own home, but don't really have room. It's a kind of a one-person space.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know anybody who's got a space to take somebody else in that they wouldn't be jeopardizing their own home. Yeah, for me, it would definitely violate my lease to have somebody stay here more than a week.
Like I said, you moving here to Florida, I don't think it would be doing you any favors.
Would fade away.
Yeah, it's the question that keeps going around about, what would you do if you won $500 million in the lottery or something. And that was my idea, to just buy an apartment complex just to make room for all the people who need to escape their current situations, and basically just charge everybody the minimal rent just to pay the upkeep on the building.
Yeah, that something like that is one of my lottery win projects.
Yep.
I made a definite mistake coming here.
Well, hopefully by the time they send you home, they'll have at least given you leads on some more resources.
Yeah.
The leads I want, they won't give me.
Yeah, that's a lot of what I'm seeing too, is trans people in particular, but queer friends in general in several different states, that we are seriously worried about them just being safe on a day-to-day basis now.
Mm.
You know, being in Minnesota, I feel relatively safe.
Well, we're safe from oppression by the state. We're not safe from oppression by a lunatic.
Hey, Randy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the fact that the state is saying they won't tolerate it makes attacks by lunatics less likely. If you're in a state where the state government had said that it's okay to persecute these people, people are more likely to do it.
I can find 20 different so-called logical arguments against that. You know, somebody could hear that and say, "Oh, well, if they're not going to take care of it, I'm going to." That's
I
hurt.
still think it's a lot less likely to happen here than it is in Florida or Texas.
Please, is there someone who needs a pet transy?
That's saying I've seen news articles about posts calling for deaths of trans people, and also supportive people like doctors, therapists, etc. Both being trans and a therapist. It worries me. Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, they are targeting the doctors in a lot of ways. And a lot of the things that Republicans are passing under the pretense of healthcare bills are to allow them to prosecute doctors for giving treatment to trans patients. We're such a happy bunch tonight.
Yep.
I need Soft Girl in here with her jokes.
There, did any of you catch the tweets from and the tweets and all the responses from a guy, I think is, if I remember correctly, Jeff Squires?
I don't know who that is.
I don't know who he is either, but he, in that classic Republican dog whistle way, asked a question. "Oh, everybody, I'm just going to ask a question. Do you think that we should begin to exterminate the trans people right on the street? You know, public hangings and public executions?"
Yeah.
And he got thousands of people volunteering to do it.
I saw. Was that the one that Millsbub was responding to? I saw. Is that something else?
I don't know.
I saw something along those lines.
Well, the tweet was taken down. Of course, it's in the Wayback Machine, but there's also a bunch of screen dumps people made of it and some of the comments and stuff. And that's still circulating.
Yeah, I remember the comments I was reading on the one post I saw. Well, something along those lines. The ones that weren't agreeing with the executions were basically he's saying life in prison instead.
Yeah, I was reading something similar. Hate crimes in the U.S. have increased by 80% since Trump.
Mm-hmm.
And that's part of what I mean by, if the government says it's okay, people are more likely to act out on things that they've thought about, but they wouldn't have dared try because they're afraid to go to prison. Now, if they figure that they're not going to be prosecuted for it, what's to stop them from doing it?
Okay, looks like the thing I saw was removed.
Okay, but that being said, okay, what's one good thing that happened to you today? Anybody want to throw something in for that?
Well, like I said, I took Molly to the pet store so she'd get a toy and something.
Okay, yeah, fun time with that.
Yes, and the guy working at the store, he remembered me from when I went in there to buy some dog food before I got her. They all loved her. And she got pets, and they gave her a little treat.
Yeah, I really didn't do anything today. The furthest I went was upstairs to check on how Sloth Girl was doing and sat and watched some YouTube videos with her. Just cute pet stuff. And I came down here and I played with Sammy for a while, and that's pretty much been my day.
And like I said, on the weekend, I also took her over to meet her cousins, and we also went over. It wasn't a dog park, but it was kind of a historic park kind of thing in the center of town. So we were just kind of walking around in there. It was a pretty nice little walk. I might take her back over there just to walk her.
Well, just be sure to bring your poop bag.
Oh yeah, I have a poop bag on the leash, and I keep an extra poop bag in the treat pouch.
All right.
Yeah, back around 2006, 2008, when I was living in St. Paul and we had the Chow, there was an off-leash dog park in St. Paul. That was my first experience with one, but yeah, it was definitely something that she loved doing.
I haven't tried a dog park yet, but my uncle has basically a fenced-in big yard. So when I took her over there, she got to play and run and play fetch and all that. So she loved that. She didn't want to leave.
Okay, that being said, I had some delicious juicy chicken tenders earlier. Yep, good fried chicken is good. If they get the seasoning and the batter just right.
Hell, bad fried chicken is good.
And Dog is saying I didn't use my wheelchair once today and relied only on my frame and crutches.
Nice.
So, yep, that's good. You're getting around better.
Frame and crutches? You mean
I think he means a walker? Yeah. So how's it going for you getting set up in the new house?
And if my pride skills aren't enough, I got some rainbow ropes.
Hey, Dick.
Dick.
Hey, everybody. How y'all doing?
Live even, not just an avatar.
Yeah. I don't even have to wear my sunglasses. My surgery's almost done. I can actually be me now. Isn't that cool?
Wearing my sunglasses is being me.
Yeah. Well, You know, a lot of people see it that way for me now, but I wasn't doing that just to be cool. I just, you know, nobody wanted to see a big incision and everything, right? You know, like it wasn't for consumption, you know, no way.
Well, I have light sensitivity, so I'm always wearing my glasses when I'm outside or in stores and stuff.
Yeah, that's the same for me. I was never doing it for how I looked. It was just, you know, if the sun's up, it's too bright for me out there.
Yeah, and I have multiple pair because I wear them lots too, so it wasn't foreign. You know, it was very easy to fall into, but it just wasn't, you know, needed. Like it wasn't a choice, right? I had to. You know. But anyway, yeah, how y'all doing?
Dick, what happened?
I had like a cyst thing and this bump grow, and it had to be like all surgically done and whatnot, and it wasn't good. It wasn't fun, but you know, done now. All old people stuff, you know.
What I ended up doing is I bought a case of they're actually protective glasses for like, you know, working on stuff.
Oh.
So, you know, they're sunglasses. You know, so
right.
You know, some, you know, like one of the reviews is like they took a nail gun and shot it with a thing and it broke the glasses, but it would have protected the person wearing them.
When I got my cataracts, they require everybody to go to this local optometrist and buy this little kit of stuff that you're going to need. And there's these really big, ugly sunglasses they give you, and that have really like about inch and a half thick temples, and they're have sunglass stuff in there too. So they're so your eyes are completely surrounded, but you get no sunlight in them.
Yeah, I've got these big bulky wraparound things that I get mostly because they're the only things that actually fit properly over my glasses. But I can get them cheap on eBay, so you know it doesn't matter when I break them. I get like 2 pairs for $5.
Well,
I've got a thing coming up, Purple, where I've got to get prescription glasses, right? And there's no way that I like, I'm sure there's no way I could be somebody who could tolerate contact lenses. That's not in my future. So what I thought of doing over on the Shills channel was I'd take a picture of myself and then I could superimpose different frames onto my face and see what the viewers think. Like, you know, should you use this? Should you use this? You know?
Dick, if you go to most of the online glasses sellers, they have that for you, that you just upload your picture and then you can flip to whatever frames you want on it.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, I need to try out one of those to pick out some new frames for mine.
Try Zenni, Zenni.
Oh, yeah, like the Professor of Rock guy's always shilling, yeah.
Oh, okay, I'm not familiar with that, but...
It's a great channel. It's a great channel, Jen, but only if you watch the first 10 minutes, and then the rest of it, you'll be like, yeah, I know the story. I just wanted to hear you build up so I could guess who you're talking about. It's really funny. I do it all the time.
I saw one of those today online. It was a thing about Jim Croce.
Yeah.
I about his prior life before he made a hit. It was interesting.
Yeah, I'd like to see that. He's one of my favorite artists.
Me too. I love the man. Awesome songwriter. Holy God, is he good.
Such a shame that he died.
Yeah, we didn't get to hear everything he had to offer, did we? That's not fair as a music fan, right? You know?
Yeah, I agree.
But, that's definitely been a thing in music, hasn't it? There's been a lot of people and we've been left going, oh, what if? So many.
Well, performers of all sorts.
That's true. It's
just show business. Yeah. They tend to burn out quick.
Yeah. And some take Neil Young's line to heart. It's better to burn out than it is to fade away. I'm not so sure on that. I think I'd take fade away.
There's glasses.
Oh, wow.
There you go. There's your glasses. You can actually get glasses that look like that too. that had that same pixelated look, and
His future's looking great. It's only getting better.
Yep.
That being said, Time in a Bottle was the song we walked down the aisle to in my wedding. Played beautifully on a harp. That's awesome.
It was also the song that I danced with at my high school prom, so I had requested that of the band.
Cool.
Nice. It's a good song.
My little high school sweetheart and I had I Can't Fight This Feeling Anymore as our little tune. Yeah. That was a good one. Was that? Oh, yeah, Speedwagon, right? Yeah. Karaoke this week. Oh, planning ahead. I find karaoke is something I just end up at. I don't plan to go there.
Oh, Sloth Girl loves to do karaoke, and she hasn't been able to do it since we've been living here, but up in Michigan, she was kind of a local celebrity because she was
cool.
one of only 3 people in the county who could actually sing.
yeah, I can't carry a tune in a bucket. You never catch me doing a karaoke.
I stay away from them because if I sing a song that I can sing, then people want you to do more, and you just want to sit back and have a few drinks and hang out with people, and it becomes like a gig.
Well, you've heard me, my drunken sailor, so now you know why I don't sing.
Yeah, I can't sing either. If there was like a party or something that I had to do karaoke, I might be able to do a Beatles song. Not that I could hold a tune, but I could probably hold a British accent long enough to get through the song.
Well, that's a thing, Purple, though. You don't actually have to be able to sing if you can mimic the voice of the person you're singing. It makes it so much more sellable.
Yeah. I can't actually do Ringo Starr's voice, but I can do his accent.
Yeah.
That's probably 70% of the struggle right there, though, right?
So as long as you're not stuck doing his look,
Yeah.
Actually, it was like 2006 or something that he played at Taste of Minnesota with Ringo's All-Star Band. And I had to take my daughter and her friend to see that because her daughter's friend had a major crush on him.
Ah. That makes sense.
So he's actually pretty cool.
I set up a... Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Well, just he really had a cool attitude about it, that he was really like this, I used to be famous. Now I'm just making music with my friends.
That's a real person.
I've heard other rock and rollers, lifers and drummers say that he's absolutely the most underrated drummer in all of rock music. That he has a sense of timing and just whatever the hell he does. I don't know the words. He's amazing.
I've also heard, Jenny, that one of the bigger producers from back in the late 60s and the 70s, I can't remember who it was now, but I saw an interview with them, and they were talking about how Ringo Starr is a human metronome. You don't have to click track him. You just simply let him play.
Really?
Yeah. And that's not easy because you get excited in the more aggressive parts of the song and you start speeding up and whatnot. It's very, very, very hard to find a drummer with a pure meter. Very hard.
There are some people that are just amazing when it comes to what they can do with music and things.
Yeah.
It's just plain and simple superhuman.
Yeah. I agree. And there's surprisingly few of them. As many people that we have as our favorites and stuff, when you see them live, they rarely live up to the hype. It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's like I saw Guns N' Roses live, and they might as well have not shown up and sent a cover band up because it would have been more enjoyable. You know, they were terrible. It was awful.
When the warm up band is better than the main act.
Yeah, exactly. You know, the main act had too long to get stoned in the back. Right?
I haven't been to that many concerts in my life. Just haven't.
Yeah, me either. I've only been to a handful of live concerts.
Yeah.
I've been to lots.
Live concerts
yeah.
never really interested me.
You're in the business.
Yeah.
Yeah. I played quite a few, to be honest. You know.
Yeah.
They weren't that big, but you know, I've played 1,000 people many times. You know.
Yeah, loud music and crowds are not among my favorite things, so there aren't many concerts I've been that interested in.
I'll say this, Purple, for sure. It's a lot easier to deal with a crowd of 1,000 people when you're on the stage separated from them. It's unbelievably different. Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah, if you've got a barrier like that.
Did you ever play a club that you had to have one of those chicken wire fences in front
Jenny,
of you, like Blues Brothers?
Yeah, Jenny, the first time that happened, we were in the southern United States and we walked into the bar to set up for sound check, and there was a chain link fence between us and the audience, and we all just looked at each other like, what the actual fuck is going on? Like, we couldn't believe it. So we sized the place up and we were like, okay, who knows what from Leonard Skinner and ZZ Top? Like, okay, we got to dig deep here, guys, or we're screwed. But we pulled it off.
You didn't want to do any John Denver, huh?
Actually, we did do Johnny Cash and a few people like that because it really worked out. But we were like, we don't really know the song. The singer's like, oh, I got it. Just play like a doom, 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 doom. We're like, all right. You know, like, it was crazy. But there was another one, Jenny. This was even worse. I've told this story a couple times, but we were in Alabama to play a week set at this bar, a 1 week set. And so we set up Monday morning for sound check. And after we're done sound check, I get off the stage and I run over to the bar because it was this beautiful marble looking bar. Like, I'd never seen anything like it. It was unbelievable. I had to see what was going on, and I wanted a beer, right? You know, I'm a traveling musician. I drink. So I go up to the bar. It's not a beautiful marble bar. It's a fucking urinal, Jenny.
Oh.
You can walk up to the bar and order a Budweiser with your pecker in your hand. I shit you not. I got my beer. I ran back to the stage and I said to the guys, nobody shakes hands in this fucking place tonight. And they're like, what are you talking about? I was like, go to the bar and get a drink.
Ew, that just sounds unbelievably gross.
It was the most revolting. I was like, hey, this is a really old place. Look at that. It looks great. Oh my God, it's a urinal. Like, I was just, you know. Like,
I can't even realize how that would work.
Yeah, and this was like 93, so I'm sure by now it's not allowed anymore, at least for the love of God, I hope, right? But, you know.
I don't get it though. How would they? What was it? A sink for a urinal or what?
Well, no, like in the men's bathroom, you know, you got that trough like urinal in some bars where they're not single. It's just one big line of a fucking urinal thing. Yeah. That's what it was. And every so often, the water would just fall down the front of it, like.
I've never seen that kind of a facility.
It was the most revolting thing I've ever been a part of.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
Oh, I have.
Yeah, I wonder if that means in the women's room they have a sink a little bit lower that you just sit in.
Oh, you know, Jenny, I wouldn't have been surprised that there was 7 toilets in a circle with one roll of toilet paper in the center so everybody could talk. You know, like.
Oh, that would be funny.
Oh.
It was so bad. It was awful.
Yeah, well, it's Alabama.
But they did. I do remember they paid us well. I do remember that.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. And it was funny too, because when we walked in the place, we were like, oh my God, we're going to have to pull out all the Southern rock and whatnot, because the place was so, Southern rock. So we opened up with like, I think it was Sweet Home Alabama or something. And then we went to our second song, which was like I don't know, like a Bon Jovi song or something more 80s. And they wanted that. And we were like, oh, thank God. Because that's what we were, right? An 80s cover band, It was, you never would have expected the viewers in that place wanted the songs they did. It was really... They kept you on your toes. It was a cool experience. But again, you just don't touch anyone.
Well, it could also be that the Southern rock is stuff that they'd heard everywhere, and you were offering something a little bit different than what they'd heard in the other places around town.
Yeah, I do believe that's it, Purple. I think the flyers around town were like 80s cover band, blah, blah, and they were expecting Def Leppard and stuff. So when we were able to get into our own groove, it worked out better for everybody. Oh, yeah.
Did you do any Twisted Sister?
No, we were a tad newer in the 80s at that point. We were playing stuff from about 86 to 89 or so, like stuff that was still on the radio, and like Whitesnake and whatnot. It was one of those bands where we had to get a new singer once a year because they were never trained enough and they would ruin their voice trying to do that shit, It was, yeah. It was one of those gigs. But that was that kept me as a paid musician for like the first 3 years of my stuff before I settled in and started doing some studio work as well, and then started getting better gigs, right?
Yeah.
But yeah.
I'm not a metalhead by any means, but I have a special spot in my heart for Twisted Sister because they did that Christmas album.
Oh, that is a good record. And the whole video for We're Not Gonna Take It was so good. What are you gonna do with your life? That was amazing.
Oh, yeah, I watch that quite often on YouTube.
Yeah, even now I do, right? Or go back to like Quiet Riot or something, a few of those earlier 80s bands. I do dig that stuff a lot. It's awesome. Come on.
One year I worked at this photography lab, managing it, and the owner of the place was this born again kind of dude, just really annoying as fuck.
I can only imagine.
He was one of those kind of guys that come Christmas, starting on December 1, from there on, it's nothing but Christmas music in the place until January 15th or something like that.
Oh.
But he encouraged people to say, well, bring in your stuff and we can play your music too, And I brought in the Twisted Sister album.
Nice.
It absolutely corked him off. I mean, he was bulging veins in his neck. It was so bad.
But it's Christmas, right? Yeah.
Well, yeah.
I usually like to listen to We're Not Going to Take It, and then right after or before that I'll listen to Disturbed's version of Land of Confusion.
Oh, that's a good mix. Good one. I like that.
My fiance's favorite Christmas album was the Mannheim Steamroller Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't they end up pretty much only doing Christmas songs? That they got so popular at that they just stopped doing, regular.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Sounds right to me.
Yeah.
Oh, I wanted to test something. Tell me if you see this on my screen when I hit the button, because I'm using a virtual cam thing here so I can have like little gags on the screen when I'm going. So tell me if you hear and see this.
Yes.
Yep. That's good.
We had to go pause.
How did you get that film of my mother?
Sometimes you just got to have the gags, right? You know. But I realized the other day, Purple, I was like, well, I've got all these on-screen tricks from producing the shills. Why don't I have a few of them loaded and ready for when I'm like on a stream, you know?
Yeah.
Like, you know, I could mute the audio, you know, I can go right to here and then I can hit the goat again. And now you can see it, but not hear it. So it's not disruptive, right? I have the option, you know?
Yeah, and by the way, that goat, that's a good representation of what it's like living in Florida.
Did you
Oh,
see?
God.
Did
You know
see
what?
The Taylor Swift video where somebody chopped it up and threw in this screaming goat?
No. I'm going to have to make a gag out of that. Yeah. Oh, you know, Mage, with what you were saying about Florida there with the goat, I might have to rename the goat DeSantis.
Yeah, that's worth a screamer too.
Oh, yeah.
I hear he's doing really badly in the polls. That he's done like I saw one today.
I can
I
can only hope.
72% approval rate with Republicans, and DeSantis is down to 16%.
Yeah, Trump is ribbing him a new one.
Good.
Yeah. Well, I wish he hadn't self-destructed quite so early, because now
That's
this
true.
would give Trump to really build the base. You know, it would have been best if he had done it like 3 months before the election.
Yeah. You're not wrong there. You're not wrong, because it would have, you know, polarized opinions and split them a bit more and made them weaker, right?
I think he's the kind of ego that's going to run anyways.
I hope so. That's what I was hoping for, is that both Trump and DeSantis would be running, so they'll split the Republican base.
Oh, I have a Shills news update. Shills Kitty has sent in a message for DeSantis himself.
What
Well, did you I like it that now Disney is suing DeSantis over his abuse of power?
Yeah. Because I hope they win. Oh my God, I hope they win.
The whole thing about him pulling their special district thing is there's like 130 of these special districts in Florida.
Yeah.
So the fact that Disney was the only one hit shows that was very targeted.
Exactly. There's no leg to stand on this. They look stupid doing it. They do.
What I enjoyed most about this latest round is that DeSantis' little board did their thing, whatever they were going to do. And within the same day, Disney came up with the law, produced the lawsuit to sue him, which meant they were already ready for it.
Yes. Yeah.
That they are so far many steps ahead of DeSantis. It's great.
Well,
the mouse wins.
Yeah, Disney is one of the few.
Happy Arbor Day. Anyone know what the screenshot's from?
Oh, that looks good. Oh, yes. That's when they grow the tree in Galaxy Quest, right?
Nope, not Galaxy Quest.
No, it's the Orville, right?
The Orville, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Happy Arbor Day.
Yeah, that's it. I knew it was one of the funnier tricks, so Galaxy Quest came to mind first, right?
Well, that's Galaxy Quest, what I thought of, but I knew that scene wasn't part of that movie.
Yeah. I love the whole Orville take on things. They really make the Star Trek universe fun.
Yeah,
I love it.
Star Trek that's a stick up its ass.
Mm-hmm.
I love that it takes the best of Star Trek and the best of Star Wars and meshes it together.
Yeah. But you know what? I do believe that the Star Trek producers learned from it, because Star Trek Strange New Worlds with Captain Pike has a lot of fun, jovial moments in it. I think they got it.
Sounds like they were just trying to rip it off.
I wouldn't say it that way myself. I really liked Strange New Worlds. It's one of the few new Treks that I can get behind. I mean, I can't watch that cartoon thing. Oh my God.
I tried watching the cartoon. I found the main character to be the most annoying character I've ever seen in Star Trek.
I watched. Yeah. I watched the first I watched the first 4 minutes, I think, and I was just like, "Oh my God, get this off my screen."
I think I got to about the third episode, and I saw maybe one joke out of the 3 episodes that got a chuckle out of me. So,
yeah.
I was thinking of looking that one up because I've heard so many people talking about it, but
a lot of people have been going on about how good the last season of Picard was. I watched the first episode. I do plan to just kind of binge through the whole thing, but I was not impressed with that first episode. They just basically, it's the same crap that we've been getting, just with a bunch of member berries on top of it.
I couldn't disagree more. Season 3 of Picard, if you watch it, kicks ass. Oh my God, is it good?
I watched the first episode.
Yeah.
That's all I got from it.
It's the next generation send off we all deserved, and finally we got it. It was awesome.
So I'm hearing, but so far I'm not. From what I've seen of it, I'm not seeing that. But like I said, I will binge it just to get my own opinion of it.
It's probably a better binge than it is a weekly because I watched the first 2 or 3 on a weekly, and then I saved the rest up for a binge, and it really. Yeah, better.
Though I might be going into it with a bit of bias, seeing as
a bit,
because I basically have had the stance that even if this season is good, we're still getting the baggage of the other 2 seasons of Discovery and everything else, and I do not want that in Star Trek.
I don't know Discovery. I've never watched it, but Discovery seems to me has nothing to do with Picard season 3.
They do connect them with the short treks.
Oh, well, I don't know what a short trek is. Again, I'm not that deep into things to know. I mean, I don't, The
short treks were sort of a little 15-minute thing that was connected to Discovery, and they played all of these things where they had things going, but basically it's all. They had one where it kind of led into Picard.
Yeah, I never watched Discovery. I watched the first episode, and Michelle Yeoh, who is captain, gets killed, and somebody else takes over, and I was like, oh, okay, I'm done. I thought I was watching for her. Because I really love, I love her as an actress, and I didn't care afterwards. I was done.
Well, the next episode is basically another pilot for the damn thing anyway, and they do bring her back as the Mirror of Universe Empress who eats aliens.
Well, that sounds normal.
Saru, the mushroom head alien that was on the ship. I don't know if you remember him. The weird looking guy. Good actor, by the way. I think for what they gave him to work with, he did an excellent job. But that's the species that she's eating.
Yeah, I'm drawing a blank.
You can't eat your.
But I do that. Yeah, I'm really bad at forgetting what I watch. Like, I can watch Caddyshack tomorrow, and some of it's still new to me, and I've seen it 40 times. So I'm not the best one for that. Yeah, very much.
For Discovery.
Yeah.
I
couldn't be bothered.
New Trek stuff because it's it hasn't been on any of the streaming services that we've got.
Oh, if you ever want to watch something that's not on streaming, just let me know and I'll put it on the share drive. I mean, you know me. I'm King Pirate, yo ho, and a bottle of fucking rum, baby.
I can find some pretty good stuff too.
Yeah,
I know where to look.
Yeah. I was doing this since the Usenet days, right? So I'm knee deep in all the best places.
That's true.
One sec here. Right. I remember. Let me get a drink here. I'll be right back. Hold.
Like I said, the guy who played him, he did a great job for what he was given, but I still no shade to the actors. But I can't stand the show.
Yeah, I did get to see all of the Orville because Disney finally picked it up. So, and I had watched the first few, like the first half season of the Orville when it first came out, and it just didn't catch on me at the time. But yeah, I had to agree. It did get better, in the second and third seasons.
It got me by the third episode with the whole thing with the baby.
So Disney has the whole library of it then, the early stuff and whatever's current.
Yeah, the Orville only filmed 3 seasons, and it's all on Disney Plus now.
Yeah, it's also on Hulu, but basically Seth moved the whole show to Hulu, and seeing as Disney owns the majority of Hulu, they were able to get it on Hulu on Disney as well. I think it came along with that whole purchase of Fox.
I hear that Black Mirror is coming out with another season. And people are all gaga over it. I wasn't a fan of it, but
yeah, it's kind of how I'm feeling about this last season of Picard.
I hear people talking about Black Mirror, but I don't even know what that one's about.
I couldn't tell you from the clip I saw.
Yeah, well, I see it being brought up on Twitter, just about every day.
But probably one of the dumbest things with the Discovery that really got on me was the sonar in space.
Sonar in
space? I'm sorry. Did you say sonar in space?
Yes. They were trying to detect this cloaked Klingon vessel. Well, so they go to this planet where they have this special crystals to send out pulses to detect the cloaked ship. But the problem is, to test it out, they need the cloaked ship to test it. So they happen to detect the cloaked ship entering the system with the regular sensors.
That is some seriously convoluted shit, Mage. Yeah. Holy shit.
Hey, Doc. They've done a reboot of Fantasy Island.
Yeah, I was just commenting.
Work for some time.
Oh,
I was just commenting on that. I watched one episode. Oh my God. It's wait a minute. Let me get the wording right, because I want to make sure I convey my meaning, so you all get it. Terrible. That's it. Yes.
Do they have like every character reproduced in the modern age, or is it?
Oh no, they've butchered and mutated their way through everything, and they've dialed it up to a level that's almost reality TV. It is so bad. It is so bad. It's almost as bad as the Fantasy Island movie they came out with Jack Black or whatever in it. Oh, it's so bad. It's so bad.
I like Jack Black.
One that was I actually liked was the Wednesday series on Netflix. That was actually pretty good.
I didn't see that.
Addams Family Wednesday. I recommend go checking that out. Wednesday goes to Evermore after being kicked out of a high school. She's growing up now. Oh, and the school is like for monsters.
Oh, wow. Okay, wait a minute. Dog says in the chat, Queen Latifah as the equalizer. The world has run out of ideas.
I heard about that. I heard that from what I'm told, she can't even throw a kick without without being a bunch of cuts. Yeah, Wednesday is
so
good.
They've got Queen Latifah out being like some kind of action hero on television.
Yep, I haven't seen it myself.
She's done a couple of action-oriented movies.
Yeah, but that was back in the day when she was a little bit more malleable. I mean, I'm 52 years old. I would not go out and do an action movie right now because I would have to have all those cuts and edits, right?
Yeah. From what I'm told, that's basically what it is.
Yeah. So in other words, it's a CW show, right?
Yeah,
Because
basically.
yeah.
In fact, I think it might be. In fact, yes, I think it may actually be a CW show.
CW? You mean Codgers and Wrinkles?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well said, Jenny. Well said.
Yes, CBS.
Of course. There we go. Now, I don't understand the hiring of somebody who can't do action to be in an action role. Why would you not hire somebody who's an actor that happened to have martial arts training or something? I mean, seriously? I don't get it.
There's plenty of
just
them out
going
there.
to the name drop.
Yeah.
Well, look, the Marvel universe took Paul Rudd and made him into Ant-Man, and it's been a complete hit.
Oh, that's true. But they do it with a budget that makes it sellable, not CW, right? That's the whole thing, right? I mean, when you can't rely on all the bullshit and whatnot to sell it, why not get somebody that can actually do it? Like back in the day when they did the Green Hornet and whatnot, they got Bruce Lee, that's how it's done, right? I don't get it.
Another one I'm liking is the new Quantum Leap.
I can't bring myself to watch it. I can't do it.
It's not a reboot. It's a sequel. It's like Next Generation. And it's really it's quite good.
I don't know. Oh my God.
I don't know. For me in general, if they're going to do something like that, yeah, I'd rather they do it as a Next Generation. I'd rather they do it as just a whole new cast taking over as the originals retired.
Yeah.
Okay. There's a good point to that, right?
Yeah. They have Al's daughter, and they have the main guy, Ernie, who's Ernie Hudson playing the character, is playing a character who Sam Beckett leaped into in the past.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I can see that.
Yeah, that helps a bit. I was very
work though. They do need to retain one member of the original cast to be the mentor character and explain to the rest of them how things used to work.
They don't have that yet. I'm hoping that they get they have a cameo from Sam there at some point down the road.
Yeah, Dog just put a link in the side chat to the clip for the Equalizer.
God, do I want to click on this?
I'm usually one that shies away from reboots and stuff. Like seriously, just come up with your own idea,
Yeah.
But I am a sucker for the 70s detective shows like Simon and Simon, Magnum PI, and whatnot, because they were the thing when I was growing up, right?
Yep.
So when the new reboot of Magnum PI came out, I knew for me it would be worth watching, even if it sucked, because there would be zooming around in the Ferrari, there would be the helicopter and whatnot, So I gave it a shot. And the first season is kind of weak. The second season is not the best. The third season finally gets to be okay, and then the show was canceled. But somebody picked it up for a fourth season, and oh wow, have they put budget and stuff into the show. But when you've got IMDb and Rotten Tomatoes giving you a 5 rating on the show already, why beef the budget up? Do you think you're going to get that many more viewers? I'm not sure it's going to work. But the newest season, wow, have they spent, man. You can see it. It's really big.
Well, I guess it depends why they think it got canceled in the first place.
Yeah.
A series that I think you would enjoy. Have you ever heard of The Avengers and not the superheroes?
Oh, no, but the old TV show, the proper one? Yeah.
You mean the old British one?
Yeah. Have you ever watched that?
I have every episode downloaded in my fucking Kodi server right now. Oh yeah, I love that show.
I
Okay.
used to watch that. I haven't seen it in at least 30 years.
Mm.
Yeah, it's been a long time for me too.
Hey Maya, yeah, I have the Prisoner and a few of those old shows in my system. Oh yeah.
Okay, watch that trailer.
I hadn't seen the Avengers in a long time, and so I never gave Patrick McNee or Diana Rigg any thought, and then all of a sudden I saw Diana Rigg in what's that Thrones, Game of Thrones. She was in that for a bit role, and she's fucking 90 years old.
Yeah.
Everybody got the hots for her back in the 60s. She was gorgeous.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, well, time goes on. She's that old now.
If I could remember, she had a slick ride in the Avengers too. Fuck, what was that car?
Oh, I don't know.
I
thought McNee had an XKE, a Jaguar XKE.
Yeah, and no, I'm pretty sure it was the E-Type. In Britain, it's called the E-Type, right? But yeah, the XKE. But there was she drove something really cool, like a total, a special one-off car by somebody. Oh fuck, I could Google it, but that's not fair. I'd rather see if somebody in the chat has the answer first.
Well, come on, chat, whip it out.
Yeah.
Hi, Maya.
Well, that trailer told me nothing about the show.
Oh. Yeah, Maya, just jump in and make the conversation your own. Come on. That's how it works, man.
Yeah, it's not like we ever worry about staying on topic here.
Yeah.
What's the topic?
Arbor Day.
Arbor Day.
Oh, yeah, right.
See how well we stayed on topic?
we talked about arbors.
Mage has the picture up, so we're good. We're good. Well.
Oh yeah, that fits the theme.
Yeah, he grew a tree.
Yeah.
Right out of a ship.
Here. I'll keep with the theme too. I barked.
Here, wait a minute. I could do. I could put out the troll puppy here. It'll probably shit on me though. The damn thing. Here we go. No, there we go. that troll puppy. He shits on the live chat when we have trolls on the show. That's why he's there, right? I can't stand trolls. Yeah. I put the live chat right down by the globe there, so when the troll puppy goes out, he shits on them.
That's so juvenile. I love it.
Yeah, exactly. All my gags are that way, right? Like when we're talking about Vladimir Putin, I'll be, hey, he's got a new advisor right now, and
Could it be?
By the way, that clip is brought to you by a guy in drag.
Isn't it just wonderful about Tucker Carlson? It couldn't have happened to a nicer guy.
Oh my God, right? I swear, Jenny, I finally have a reason to light a fucking candle.
I guess Fox News just got all tuckered out.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I think it was an elite. I was going for Lotus, but I knew it wasn't an Esprit. And I was thinking about the one before the Esprit that has the real back big buttresses, I wasn't sure which one it was. I think it's the Elite.
Well, Elite is the one that I think we're most, Elan is the one we're most used to here.
Yeah. Yeah, the Elan is the cool little one, right? But the Elite has a more, I think if I got the name right, the Elite is the pre-Lotus Esprit, where it's a mid-engine, but the back end is this kind of ugly, weird design, but it's actually an awesome car.
Well, it looks like the designer who was working on the project died just after the mid-engine, and so
Yeah,
he
yeah.
didn't finish the back end.
So, Dog's
I
saying
saw
it
one
wasn't a LAN,
I saw
but
one that
I
burned to the ground at the racetrack.
oh, yeah. Well, a Lotus in trouble, like, lots of trouble, usually serious, right? So,
Yes.
Okay, yeah. According to Google, various Lotus Elans were used in the TV series.
Oh, I thought it was. I must be thinking of the other one where it's not the Avengers, but there's this slick looking chick that has this cool white car, and she's part of like a 60s sort of superhero team. Or maybe I've got somebody from the same show driving the wrong car in my brain. I'm not sure.
Well, I don't think the Saint ever had a regular.
Oh, the Saint drove a Volvo P1800. It fucking beautiful
that's
car.
right.
Yeah.
The David Niven car.
Yeah. He drove that slick Volvo. We got one in town, and the guy he won't even entertain a price. You say, how much? Well, it's not for sale. That's it.
Well, I tried to buy one once myself about 20 years ago, and I could not get the person to budge off their price. At that time, they wanted like $8,000 for it.
Oh God, yeah, they're a little bit more now.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah,
they're very cool. I always call them the David Niven car because of those tail fins.
yeah.
They remind me of that stupid little pimp hat that he wore.
I always thought of it as a 57 Chevy done by the Swedes,
Volvos, oh yeah.
Yeah. And it's not a very fast car. That's the problem. It's just a slick, cool car. But it literally has about 80 horsepower, right?
There you go. Not a very high-res picture, but...
Yeah. Oh, I love it.
God, I'm glad I never worked on those. A friend of mine bought one of those, a real car guy, and except he was brought up on BMWs, and he gets this Lotus, and he starts having to work on the engine. I think it needed a water pump or something like that. It took him 3 fucking weeks to do the job, and he was competent. It was just such a bitch of a car to work on.
Yeah.
He sold it right after that. He says, I'm never going to buy a British piece of shit again.
I don't know, every time you guys say, hey, Volvo, my mind wants to turn to Volvo.
Well,
So you're driving a Volvo?
Volvos are a good thing. And they can be safe, too, sometimes.
Dog has said in the chat, Teslas sit on a Lotus chassis. No, only the first Roadster did. That was a Lotus Elan, or not an Elan, an Elise. That was also a few other chassis for them, right? But that was a Lotus Elise turned into the first Tesla Roadster. The rest are their own chassis. And you can tell because the panel gaps are so fucking bad. But that's another story.
Those Lotus Elise, the people that took them out racing, what a lot of them did was take out that goddamn piece of junk engine that was in there and put in, one guy used the Ford, what was the engine number? I forget.
The old Iron Duke.
No, it was the engine they put in was a overhead cam. I'm just not remembering the engine type, but it's a current production for them at that time. A few years back, it was. Yeah,
that would have been the little one that goes in the Fiesta, the EcoBoost, whatever, blah blah. Yeah.
And the one most popular one is for people to put in a Honda motor, one of the variable.
The K5s. Yeah, the K5s. Yeah, those things are awesome.
Infinitely programmable, and they out of 4-cylinder engine with a turbo, they would get 400 and some more horsepower.
Oh yeah, no problem.
Place I was working. It was amazing.
And when they rev up like that, holy God, do they sound good, especially on the overrun when you let the throttle off and they go, blah, 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 blah. Oh, I love that. Oh, yeah.
Well, I only heard them in a garage, and I was afraid to stand in front or behind it.
They sound like you're going to take a rod to the shin, right? Like it's about to explode. Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I love it.
Yes, they do.
Too much growl.
Yeah.
Ooh, it's mushroom hunting season.
Dog says in the chat, they got a museum over by where he lives where they got the Spy Who Loved Me submarine Lotus Esprit in there. I saw that recently on the internet and I literally shit. Like to walk into there. I literally have to get over to the UK soon because I've been a Formula One viewer since I was like 5 years old. And I would go through Woking and Milton Keynes and over to Silverstone and everything. And I should have been born in the UK. Literally, I should have. It kind of sucks that I wasn't. But, you know, Canada's close.
There's a news program, local news program on TV right now about morel mushroom hunting this time of year.
Oh, we get that here every year because we have fires everywhere, right? Yeah.
You guys are pulling out morel the size of your fist. Amazing.
I did that.
Yeah.
I did that, Jenny, the first year I lived where I live in this little valley in BC where I lived. They had wicked forest fires every year here. Last year or 2 years ago, Purple, you'd probably remember in the Shills chat, I was posting pictures of this massive forest fire just coming down the hill at my home, right? It was crazy. And the first year I lived here, we went out and did morel mushroom picking with a few people. I was like, okay, this sounds fun. You know, why not? And we were out in the bush trapping through freaking, you know, burned down forest because there's got to be a burn before you get morels, right? And
no,
I couldn't take it, right? So I went and got myself one of those little quads, like a 400cc little old Honda, and we'd blast through the bush, and I was making like $1,000 a day picking those goddamn mushrooms
you
that year.
$75
Oh, wow.
for those things.
Yeah.
$75.
It was crazy.
If you don't
I
see
couldn't believe it.
If you don't see it, Beck's asking for a link.
Yep, I'm doing that now.
Oh, we got to get Beck in. Yeah.
I'll never forget a wonderful meal I had once. It was at this outdoor restaurant in Missouri, at the confluence of the Missouri and the Mississippi. And that evening, one of the I don't remember which one. One of the comments that we had back in the 80s. Yeah. Anyways, it was showing in the sky, and I was having a dinner of morel ravioli. Oh, God.
Oh, wow.
It was so good.
Yeah. And in one of those big city restaurants where they serve the morels people pick, that would have been like a $200 meal, right?
Yeah. Well, this was, like I said, in the 80s, and that meal cost me about $45.
Yeah. Oh, fuck. Then it would have been like $500 today, you know?
Yeah, probably.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Of course, in those days, I actually had money, so it was no big deal.
Yeah, if I knew how to identify which ones were safe when I lived up in Michigan, I could have filled a basket of mushrooms every day when I was working landscaping.
It is easy. You cut them off, and one is hollow, the other one isn't.
Yeah, well, there's two types, but I mean, you know, I saw several dozen different types of mushrooms growing on the fringe of the forest.
Yeah, you're talking morels, Jenny, with the false and the real, but Purple's talking about all the other types, and oh my God, you could kill a person so fast, right? You know,
Oh yeah, and I knew that if you knew which ones they were, I knew other people up there that were picking them, and that some of those were going for like $800 a pound.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, as far as the non-morel mushrooms, yes, it's very dangerous, of course.
Yeah.
But there's some that are absolutely like nothing else, like a puffball.
Yeah.
You know, you get this big white globe the size of a basketball. There's no other mushroom like that.
Yeah. Well, Jenny, I was 16 years old, and we had gone out to a place near Vancouver to pick some like magic mushrooms, right? And my buddy says to me, "Well, how do we know we're gonna pick the right ones? Because if we pick the wrong ones, we're in real trouble." And I was like, "And yet you buy them off street dealers, you fucking idiot!" I mean, like seriously, like
Yeah.
come on, right?
You hear what they're doing with psilocybin these days, Dick?
Oh yeah.
In microdosing, they're microdosing people with long-term depression, and basically they believe they're rewriting their brain.
Yeah, it's becoming a serious tool.
Yeah.
It's I love it. I love it. And
yeah, it really sucks that for decades they basically prevented anybody from researching it.
And it's not fair, because even us back in the day, like I'm 52, so my first, dealings with magic mushrooms was a couple of years ago, you know what I mean? And we all knew that there was actually some self-realization to be had if the trip was done properly. So to me, it's no stretch of the imagination that this could actually be used as a tool. You just can't do it like a teenager, right? Come on.
And it's a real. You have to be careful. The dosing is completely different than recreational tripping.
That's right.
All that stuff.
Yeah.
I used to psilocybin and peyote too.
Oh, I grew magic mushrooms when I was like 22 years old. I had a walk-in closet full of the fucking tubs, and they were all growing great. And I used to do the caps and tap them to let the spores fall in to grow another generation. And I'd save them up in garbage bags in this little storage rental place that I had. And I knew this biker guy. And every 3 months, he would show up with a big chunk of cash and buy them all from me. And nobody knew I was doing it. And, oh, wow, that was a great year that I had. But then his buddies were like, okay, so you're going to be growing these and doing them for us now and stuff. And I was like, nope, I'm done. I'm actually going across the country. I got a job. See ya. And I just, there was no way I was working for somebody, right? I was done,
Yeah.
But it was a great 6-7 months, it worked awesome.
Yeah, that would be a good gig. It's very compact and very profitable.
Yeah, yeah. Especially if you don't tell anybody. Like, had I been stupid and just been handing them out to my friends, here, let's go party. How come you always have these? Why are they always free? It would have, you can't be stupid, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I know a guy whose cousin grows them.
Exactly, right? Yeah, oh yeah, but my buddy, yeah,
I know a guy who knows a guy.
Exactly, right? But it wasn't a great idea. I was kind of young and stupid, but I was doing it, because we were in the rock and roll band and I wanted to rehearse all day. I didn't want to, have to go and work and blah, blah. And it was, I don't know, like 1988, 89, 90 or whatever, 91. I don't know, who cared at the time? It didn't matter. Now it does. I mean, holy God. Can you imagine being 52 years old and the parent of an autistic child that you homeschool, but your side job is selling psilocybin? I mean, you can't do that, right?
Well, why not? It's income.
Yeah.
Wasn't that basically
Don't worry.
Wasn't that basically the plot of Breaking Bad?
That's what I
Yeah.
Yeah, without all the chemistry, though.
Ow.
Well, that's why it would make so much more sense to grow those than marijuana. Because marijuana, as soon as your electric bill triples, they know.
Yeah, that's right. That's Jenny. That's exactly why I did mushrooms, because I couldn't get caught by the power bill. That's exactly it.
That's why they
back!
make solar panels. That's why they make solar
Now, see,
panels.
Yeah.
The perfect time for me to go into growing marijuana would have been when I packed up my shop and I packed up all my power tools. Because I'm sure those lights still wouldn't have used as much power as my table saw joiner.
I don't know, man. Those heat lamps suck a lot of. Miss Maya, how you doing, baby? How's it going?
Hey.
Hey, Maya.
Hi, back. Hi. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, good.
Hiya, Maya. Hiya, Maya.
Hey, Jenny. I haven't seen or spoken to
Hiya,
you in
Maya.
forever.
I know.
She's hiding over here with Purple, apparently.
I'm glad you're here.
Apparently, yeah. I know. Last I heard,
Jenny's
you had
always here with
gotten
me.
permabanned on Twitter for I don't know, calling out bigots or what happened?
Oh,
Not
yeah.
Jenny.
I got nabbed for calling Nazis to their face, and they must have done a targeting.
Yeah, I
effort.
do know firsthand that Nazis hate being called out.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
people who had swastikas in their profile, she called them Nazis.
Yeah, Jenny.
How
Jenny,
dare
I hit
you call out the obvious.
Jenny. I hit this button for you.
You're gonna have a lot of fun with that, aren't you?
Oh yeah.
You have no idea. Trust me.
I can imagine.
Well, I've
And he
learned my
has
lesson.
so
Now I
much
only
stuff.
Now I only talk to him in dog whistle.
Yeah. I have a button for everything, don't I, Beck? Come on, you know.
Oh, you really fucking do. You even have that push everybody's button. But that's internal. You don't have to push that one. Yeah.
Hey,
I know. I live that one. Yeah.
Dick, why is that marijuana leaf red?
It's because I'm Canadian, right? You know, I gotta do pro-choice and pro-country at the same time.
Oh fuck. Well, if that's the case, then you can make it a green leaf and then rainbow stripe it, and then throw some keef dust on it. Here he goes.
Yeah, I think we would have been better off if we had elected Bernie. I think we would have got a different kind of Green New Deal.
Several Green New Deals.
Oh, yeah.
That's funny.
Also, I was recommending with this whole Texas trying to put the 10 Commandments in public schools. Well, you have each commandment in a different pride flag.
Yeah.
And maybe have maybe since there's no regulation as to what kind of frame you can put around it, you can have the frame read a work of fiction.
There you go.
Oh. Sorry, I'm still fighting a flu, and I'm having a really hard time because every time I get laughing too hard, I start dying in the background, and I have to mute, and everybody just thinks I'm totally uninterested. Meanwhile, I'm trying not to die for everybody else, right? I'll keep it to myself.
Don't fight the flu. Be one with it.
Oh,
Just
I've been one with
embrace
it for almost a month.
Feed your cold.
I actually
embrace it.
I had to go to the hospital and get some penicillin pills because it's probably pneumonia at this point.
Are you sure it's not COVID?
Oh, lovely.
No, I got tests here, and I've done the test twice, and I've still come up negative.
Yeah.
To the point where I stuffed that stupid thing so far up my schnoz, I was just twitching and freaking out, and I think I destroyed half my kitchen, like trying to, unflail from the that's a horrible experience. Oh my God, I hated it. Every minute of it. Yeah, it sucked.
Now, I have to commend you on just your ability to always sound amazing, even when you're like flu stricken.
Well, thanks.
Right.
I have this thing like, a few of the people here know, but I was a musician for years. So every time a microphone is put in front of me, I just dial into this other personality, and I'm like, hey, I'm fucking already. And then as soon as the mic is turned off and I'm off the show, I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to fucking die again,
Got to keep up the act for the audience, right?
I don't even have control of it, Beck. It just happens as soon as the mic,
I'm
as soon as
sure
I
it's
lower the
automatic.
mic, you know.
Yep.
Yeah, it just happens. It's ridiculous.
sure.
I can't even control it anymore. I think Dick is like literally a second persona now that I can't control, and I probably have to pay his rent. You know, like it's ridiculous.
I've actually been watching some clips on YouTube on dissociation identity disorder. It's quite interesting. My mom actually had that.
DID. Oh yeah.
Yeah. My mom
Yeah.
actually had that. She had the 7 personalities.
Wow.
Yeah, it'll mess you up.
But I was watching some clips of some other people who have it. And it was really interesting. This kind of compared to what they were going through to what my mom went through.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, mine isn't all encompassing. I feel it coming on, and I just it's a trained personality from the whole musician era, right? It's one of those things.
Yeah, your stage persona.
Yeah, I literally start using my diaphragm to project my voice more to be that. Hey, like I just.
How you doing?
Yeah, exactly. Fuck, Beck, shut up. That was, like, what the fuck? That was awesome.
It's funny, Dick, when my voice, it wasn't quite this deep, but when my voice had done a good drop, I did something like that, and they were like, all right. And I was hanging out with Ben and them, and they were like, all right, enough with the mic effects. And I was like, dude, I don't even have any.
Yeah, no, that's when you come in close and you go, oh yeah, fellow babies, we're home.
I was like, nah,
right?
man, I don't have any mic effects. And they're like, oh, and they just shut up because everybody else was using mic effects to make their voice sound cool.
Exactly, yeah. And all you're doing is using a good mic because you know who to listen to, right?
Yeah. Well, and I've always pretended the announcer voices and stuff, and I used to act like I was on the radio when I was younger because I wanted.
Yeah,
to be
but
on
dude,
the
you've got that. You could do the thing that I do, no problem. All it takes is bullshit and bravado, right? You've got that, no problem. Yeah.
Yeah, I could be a cocky dick when prompted. Absolutely. Just watch it happen. Hold on.
Yeah, exactly. Let me pull this shit out of my pocket and show you, bitch.
Is besides the middle where the spare tire is, the rest of it's been looking so good that I'm fucking a cocky prick right now anyways.
Dude, my spare tire almost covers the shit to the point where I have to find it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, when and if I get a tool, it'll already have a shed, so that's okay. I mean, a permanent one, of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't get too bad with the spare tire. I do a lot of core exercises too, so.
I don't. I'm too fucking lazy.
Well, what I usually like to do is I do the core exercises when I'm microwaving something, so I time it to the microwave. So
I used to do there for a while. I was doing just counter push-ups. I don't have a lot of room in my house to get on the floor and shit. I could move some stuff, but I was just doing counter push-ups for a long time prior to my surgery. I was trying to build my pecs up a little bit, before my surgery, but yeah, I'm just getting to the point where I can start working out again. So I'm not quite to like all the weights and shit yet, but I can do some counter push-ups. Yeah.
I'm just figuring, I'm standing there watching the microwave, waiting for my food anyway. I might as well do something.
What exercises do you do though?
Just like I said, just some core exercises to work on that midsection. I
know, but
elbow
that
to
could be
knee,
50 different anytime you're working out and your core is engaged, you're working on your core, so it could be almost any exercise.
Well, there's one where you basically almost like kind of touch your elbow to your knee.
Okay.
So it'd be like your left elbow to your right knee, right elbow to your left knee, and kind of alternate like that. And
so you're doing standing crunches?
Yeah, like standing crunches.
Okay, you're doing standing crunches. Okay, I get it.
At first, I thought you guys were talking about the reactionary
them, I
position of Pornhub, but now I'm not so sure.
Mage, I don't do like crunches on my back. The way I do it at the gym is I put a weight on one of the machines and I get one of the ropes they have and I tuck it down by my armpits and I bend down and then bend back up. So I'm getting tension both ways. Let me put it that way.
Mm.
And when I work out slowly because I'm not necessarily going for bulk. I'm trying to get the strength out of it and the endurance. Fast is just bulk. If you go slow, you'll build strength and endurance. Yeah. So
Now, see, when I go
when
to
I
the
see a
gym,
guy
I
at the gym and he's really bulky and he's going really fast with just a few pounds, I'm like, yeah, you're I could kick your ass. What's that, Perps? I'm sorry.
when I go to the gym, I put the weight on the machine, and then I go to the snack machine, and hopefully somebody's taking that machine by the time I get back.
I thought you were going to say somebody worked out for you with the weights while you were gone, but same difference.
Well, if you're trying to avoid actually working out at a place where you work out, just go to Planet Fitness.
Well, actually, that's where I go. And I just suspended my membership for right now because I can't afford to pay for it. But I'm gonna start it back up in a month or so. I figured why pay for it anyways because I can't go. Like right after surgery and shit.
Yeah, you need some time to recover from that.
Yeah, need some healing time. Yeah. So, yeah.
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 That sounds like good thinking.
Yeah.
Oh, Beck, I went to my little shop there. Speaking of the puff, I went to my little shop the other day, and for $105 Canadian, I got 38% THC and 20% CBD. And oh dear Lord, that stuff
in what
just
form?
puts me.
Leaf?
Oh yeah. Like proper, cut it up bud. I don't do, I'm old school, right? And
that sounds kind of like moon rocks.
It's so heavenly because I get all the physical, relief that I need, but I get a buzz at the same time. And if I oversmoke, I'm done. I'm out. I'm done. But if I don't, I can get all my. Yeah. But if I don't and I do it properly, I get all my housework done and I'm totally happy and loaded for bear.
Oh,
what you showing there?
This is these are moon rocks. I don't know if you can read it. I'm trying to find the happy place. Oh,
Find your happy place.
Not gonna grab it.
Yeah, can't quite get the text in focus.
Anyways, so what it is they take buds and they soak it in THC oil and then they roll it in keef and it gets real crunchy. And when you get it, it kind of falls apart like a shattered crystal. So they call them moon rocks. And then they have sun crystals. This is indica. Moon rocks are indica. And then sun crystals are sativa.
Oh.
So this container, and it has 1 gram bud in it. This is like $50.
Wow.
Bud, because it's like so fucking strong. It's 50 some odd percent THC. I can't remember.
Wow.
In a second. I have to go over to the
kick ass.
Oh yeah, it's like loaded with fucking THC, so it's really expensive.
Cool.
But they had the 420 sale, and I got 2 of them for $50.
Cool. I've wished this before. I've wished this before, but we get some deals up here in British Columbia, Canada. I wish I could mail you guys some packages now and then. I really do.
Yeah.
Because, oh, dear Lord, do we get some unbelievable,
Dude,
it's British Columbia, Canada. Do I have to say any more?
I wish it was legal here.
There's so many there's so many dispensaries here that grow their own. Like you'll drive through
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Santa Fe and you just
I
smell
like to build like
pot
a man.
everywhere. Every other block you smell pot from the
Mm.
dispensaries and the growers and shit. And so they grow local and then sell it local. So you're not paying a bunch of money for them to move it around and all that shit.
That's right. We
Yeah,
have the
so
we have the same
place I
thing
go
going
is-
here,
is
Beck.
Almost,
Yeah.
it's almost all local. It does sell some name brand shit,
Yeah.
but it's almost all local shit. It's great
Mhm.
and it's
I
good
saw
stuff. Yeah.
I saw a news report. I think it was last week on that there's a glut of marijuana in California that they can't sell it
Yes.
fast enough.
Yes, they grew too much.
Wow. No, they grew too much at a high price. If they just lower it a bit, it would all sell. I mean, come on. Come on.
But Dick, that's how capitalism is supposed to work. We can't have that in the U.S.
Let's not do things right, and so people spend money and everybody gets something out of it.
Yeah,
Come on.
Yeah.
No, you see,
Yeah. Quick, how can we sign them up to a subscription service? You know,
what you do is you lower your price on the marijuana, and then you raise your price on the taco stand.
No, you do like they did here. Okay, we have a dispensary, and then we have a vape shop next to it that sells nicotine shit and CBD vapes. Okay, and then next to that is Dunkin' Donuts.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's exactly how it's set up.
I have a
and right on the other
Beck,
side of Dunkin' Donuts, just in case, is a McDonald's.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
There's
I have
there's a Starbucks on the other side of that. As you're leaving, you just hit all the food places.
Literally at the end of a dispensary drive-through, drive-out should be all of the fast food that people need. But there should be a big parking lot that says spark up here and then re-enter the drive-through here to get your meal.
There you go.
Now,
You know,
see, all of this has too many steps involved. I think we need to simplify it. Taco Bell just needs to replace the lettuce with the bud.
There
And
you
you got
go.
it all in one.
There's a place here, Dick, that you can go. It's like this really like snazzy high-end dispensary, but they sell for about the same price. So this chick I know goes there because they just like take care of her and kiss her ass while she's in there, and she feels rich for a minute, right? So they're like, "Oh, sit down. Would you like me to bring you some coffee or tea? Would you like to try? These are the leaves we have on sale." They bring them to you while you're sitting there, and they show you everything.
Wow.
And they're like, "Would you like to try this one?" Yeah, it's insane.
oh wow.
And you get like these
We're-
hot chicks dressed up nice, like serving you.
Oh, yeah.
hot on a platter.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm picturing Hooters right now, except everybody's wearing
No,
recyclable clothing. You know.
No. Professionally dressed.
Yeah, we've had
trying to
people
appeal
in
to
our
the rich pot smokers, not
Yeah.
the fucking
we
rednecks.
we've had people in our area try to open up pot cafes where you can just sit down and smoke, and every one of them gets shut down in a heartbeat. But we're allowed to drink on our beaches. You know, they just decriminalized methamphetamine and heroin and whatnot for like personal usage. You can't use it in the downtown core or anything. But
what?
Yeah, my province just decriminalized hardcore drugs if you only have like a gram on you because it's only personal usage. We would rather get you into treatment. So what happened when they did this was the entire downtown core was like, oh, so I can just get high in public and start jamming my arm with a needle? And everyone got arrested because it was like, no, we didn't say it was like okay in public. We just aren't going to bust you for a gram of it, you idiots. And oh my God, like,
house, man.
yeah, exactly.
That's basically my stance on it. So
yeah. And holy God, so we've got all these cops and fucking whatnot on the street right now trying to tell people, no, it's not a free for all, you idiots. You still have to hide. It's just that we're not going to arrest you for a gram of it anymore. We're going to put you in treatment, and all of British Columbia went crazy for 3 months, and everybody just thought they could just sit there and shoot heroin in their arm on a public street, and it was ridiculous. It was so badly done.
Have to be a little bit more clear as to what you're allowed to do there.
Yeah, when the government first announced it, the police were all like, "Are you fucking kidding me? We're not going to let these people do this. Oh, we didn't mean in public. Well, everybody else thinks you did. It was really bad.
I think
you can smoke here in public, but
porch and smoke.
Yeah,
you will smoke here in public, but you better not get caught behind the wheel of a vehicle.
Yeah,
that's a different story. Yeah,
they will get you for driving under the influence. Yes.
Yeah. If you're
all the time, I'm just careful.
Yeah. Well, to be honest, Beck, the whole thing is the average person who has a beer or two and tries to drive is, affected. But the average person who's been smoking pot for 20 years has a couple of puffs and gets behind the wheel, they're not affected. If anything, they're calmer. And they're watching the traffic flow a little bit better because they're more, AD people and whatnot. And it actually helps. But
the problem, Dick, is that they're driving
that's
around
right.
Stone, they get to a stoplight and they're sitting there at the red light, and then they just fixate on the crosswalk sign.
And
never leave.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
Can remind them to go. That's okay.
And the problem is you get somebody who's been smoking pot for 20 years, they can drive a vehicle, no problem. But you get somebody who's only been smoking pot for 6 months, they cannot drive a vehicle, no problem, because they're still in the cherry buzzes and they're giggly and laughy and all that stuff. Right?
Yeah.
You can't. And that's why the law.
As much really good weed as I do to get high.
Not even close, right?
Table.
Right. But that's why the law can't do a judgment call based on who can handle it. They have to do a thing like alcohol and just say 0.08, you're done.
Nobody.
Right?
Yeah, nobody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and I understand that.
The thing with that is,
that does make sense.
Yeah. Sorry, Purple?
Is that... Oh, sorry.
Well, you're saying they should have a license for it then, that, these people have to go through 2 years of training then.
Yeah. But even then, it's better to just blanket not allow it because you can't account for tolerance. It's not fair, right?
Yeah.
You can't do it. I
That's
get it.
why employers are having trouble hiring people that smoke pot. Some of them don't care, but the problem is they have no way to identify if you smoked it last night or this morning before you came to work. So that's the fucking problem. If they figure out how to figure that out, I know a lot of employers that just would stop piss testing.
Well, we have this.
Stop persecuting people for popping with THC.
Yeah, in my state, they just don't if it shows up. If it doesn't show up, it's the same thing. We just don't even test for marijuana because it's like you said. I can't tell if you came to work or not.
Yeah, and
if you came to work, but if you did it this morning or if you did it last night.
The bottom line is if you're a good manager and your employees, you're going to know if someone's fucking has an altered mental state, period. No matter whether it's alcohol, pot, a stroke, you're going to fucking know.
Yeah. And that in my state, that's what they're doing. They're they treat it like alcohol. You're not allowed to come to work under the influence.
Exactly.
But
and that's how it should be.
We don't withhold employment or terminate employment because of it.
Right,
unless you are showing signs of being impaired.
Yeah.
Altered mental state. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But in fairness, we do the same thing for, prescribed drugs too. Like you can't work if you're on Percocet. So
yeah. Which makes sense. I mean, oh my God, they fuck you up, right?
Yeah.
No. Well, you get tolerant to those too. I'm on. Opioids. I'm on prescription opioids every day, and they don't get me dopey or nothing. Period. They just don't.
But you.
Yeah, I was gonna say depends on the pain you have.
You gain,
but it
you
also
gain a tolerance if somebody is in a work accident and they're prescribed Percocet, to deal with like a temporary thing.
Oh yeah, no, they should definitely not be working. Well, that's like Dick said with potheads driving or not. I've been smoking pot for like 36 years now or something.
Yeah.
I think
40 for me, right?
This summer, maybe 37. So for me, it's just whatever. It's not a big deal,
I'm not awake until I smoke one after coffee, right?
I even smoked pot when I was in the Army. I literally didn't stop then. The only time I stopped was when I was a truck driver for a few years because, man, they are just so fucking on your ass about it.
Hey,
and they didn't have the fake piss like they do now.
How old did you say you were there?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm 52.
Yeah, that's how long I've been smoking pot.
Yeah. Well,
Jenny,
I started at like
52.
Yeah, and I started at the age of like 9 or 10, right? It's ridiculous,
Yeah, I didn't start till 15.
There's not enough pot in the world that could get me to the point where I can't operate a motorized vehicle. But my tolerance isn't the norm, so I get the whole thing. It sucks for me, but I get it, right?
Yeah.
The one thing that I found happens as I got older, and I expect that you're going to experience this too, is that the pleasure of smoking it and getting a buzz going on is just not there anymore. But boy, is it great to put yourself to sleep at night?
Thanks, Burps.
Oh yeah.
And ruin your day the next morning if you smoke. It would do a wake and bake.
Well, for me, a wake and bake is all about pain. Yeah. Well, my wake and bake is pain management because I'll smoke CBD pot. There's no THC in it, right? But I have to do that for fibromyalgia. So, my neighbors will be outside in the morning smoking pot, and I know they're getting nothing done during the day, but I'm out in the morning with my coffee having a puff, and I know I'm doing it so I can get something done during the day. There is a difference, right?
Yeah, two different goals there, right?
Yeah, I take CBD tinctures for my arthritis.
Oh, yeah, you know what I mean then, right? Because for me, it's
man.
Yeah, for me, it's fibromyalgia, right? I have to have CBD, right? Otherwise, like, I'm allergic to codeine and stuff, so I can't take all the morphine opiate pills, right? And, I'm so happy for it because the addiction I've seen of in other people from it, right? But at the same time,
lifestyle that you've lived, you could have easily slipped into down one of those holes with them, Dick. If you
Beck, I would have been
saved your ass, to be honest.
Dude, because I was so scared of those pills and shit when I was younger, it totally saved my ass. Totally. Yeah. As a musician and whatnot, I would have been so fucked on them. It's not funny, right?
I hung out with local bands down in Orlando, and everybody was fucking popping pills and shit and snorting coke.
Yeah.
And, I just didn't. Well, I'm not an addictive person, so I did it for a little while and just walked away. But that's not.
We used to
like that.
If I'll let a few cats out of the bag, we used to do a little sales in the band to support the band now and then, right? And one thing I noticed big time was people who did too much cocaine always bought way too many Percocets and Vicodins and stuff to come down at the end of the night.
Yep.
Right? And it was a really bad, okay, I'm going to spend $200 on this to have fun, and now I'm going to spend $90 on this so I can sleep again at the end of the night. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Dude, that's so stupid, Dick. You know what we did? We just set aside a whole weekend. If we were going to do some coke on Saturday, Sunday there was no plans. That's your recovery day.
Exactly.
Like, if you want
right?
to roll,
You know?
you roll on a. If you want to roll, you roll on a Saturday night. You got all day Sunday to feel better before you have to go to work Monday. That's how you do it. It's called responsible adulting.
Yeah, you sleep it off. You don't drug it off. Come on. You know?
Yeah, no.
Usually if I'm going to drink alcohol, I'm going to drink it on a Friday.
There you go.
Oh God.
Weekend.
Yeah. Like for me, I've had a few beer tonight. Tomorrow, I will be in an absolute shitty shape because I have fibromyalgia and stuff. Hangovers for me are all encompassing and they suck.
You know, I've never had a hangover, no matter how much I've drank. I've drank myself to the point where I've passed out and I didn't have a hangover.
Yeah, well, you and I will have a talk because I'll explain it to you and you won't like it.
I've heard about the hangovers are like.
They're horrible,
I'm actually surprised I haven't, considering some of the tests I've done. But...
Maybe you should try having a hangover when you're 16, the morning after your mother brought you home from a party and she knew you were drunk and she was pissed. And then the next morning, this is what you get. Because that was a Saturday night, right? I'm going to church Sunday. She's not letting me out of that shit. I fucked up, right? There's no begging my way out. Nope. So she comes in and she's like, hey, it's time to wake up. All right, Mom. 5 minutes later, roll gentle again. Hey, it's time to wake up. Okay. Third time, sweetheart, you have to get out of bed. Yeah, Mom. Fourth time, get your fucking ass out of bed right now! Ear in my fucking ear. Oh, the world hurt. The world hurt. My entire body hurt.
The closest I've come to a hangover was when I drank some bad sherry.
Well, it's still a hangover.
Well, I'm not sure.
You're not supposed to drink the cooking sherry, Mage. Don't buy the stuff that says cooking on it.
No, it wasn't cooking sherry. It just had expired. I didn't notice it until I took a sip, and it was like terrible. I dumped the rest of it out, and then next day I was sick as a dog.
Yeah.
You
must have been
about that. I knew about cooking sherry because me and my friend tried it. We both took a huge swig and realized it was not wine. Yeah. It was disgusting. My mom was awesome, Maya. She was fucking amazing. No shit given, no shit taken.
My kind of girl.
Yeah, she was amazing. She'd say, I might be 5'2.5", and that half counts. But remember, dynamite comes in small packages.
That's funny.
Well, just feel lucky that she didn't have an air horn.
Oh, she would have used it on me. Or she would have. Everybody else was gone. I'm the oldest. I'm the only kid left in the house. Oh, she totally would have used it on me.
Hold on here.
She never doused me with ice water in the morning, though. And she did that to my brother because he wouldn't get out of bed for school. And eventually she got fed up with it. So when she got up in the morning, she'd fill up a pitcher with cold water, put a bit of ice in it, let it sit, keep stirring it, waiting for time to wake him up.
Jesus. So Doc Fearsome in the chat says, actually, I work at a hotel. The pool was surprisingly clean tonight. Does that mean that you have like some kind of skimmer tool for the pool to take out what will we say, bodily fluids? I'm not sure where that reference goes.
They don't.
I'm just saying that I'm not
area in general because he has to clean the whole thing up because he's the night guy.
Well, I'm just saying that I'm not sure that that's something that's like a happy moment, because, the pool was clean tonight. Does that mean for the last 4 days you've been skimming spooge? Like,
oh my God. The pools in hotels are surprisingly not used much anymore.
Well, not by me, I tell you.
Well, I would never swim in that. Fuck that.
You'll be in charge of cleaning up the pool all this week. By the way, hey, the Pornhub convention's in
town.
Yeah. If you enter the pool,
chlorine to the water.
yeah, if you enter the pool area and you happen to hear the ding of an OnlyFans bell, you leave at your own discretion. Like, what are you supposed to say to that? Like.
You want a treat? I need love.
Sloth Girl always refers to the hot tub as being old people soup.
Yeah, see, now that's what I'm talking about, right? It's I don't believe it's a place for public consumption. It's one of those spots where you just look at it and go, "Well, that looks nice," and you go to your room.
Want a gross story? Here we go. Back in the very early days of the internet, there was this website. Now, what was it called? Oh God, it was something like disgusting.com or awful.com or
rotten.com.
Just a one what?
Rotten.com. Yeah, I've seen that.
There was I think it may still exist.
Yeah.
There was a picture, and what they specialized in having gross, terrible looking things on there that you don't want to see. And there was Sloth Girl's comment just made me think of this. There was a guy who fell asleep in his bathtub while he had an electric heater keeping the thing warm.
Oh, I've seen that.
And he apparently died.
Yeah, I've seen this.
And became soup.
I'm back.
Yeah, they
Whoa!
They went to pull him out, and basically all the muscle and stuff just left off of him. They just pulled out a bone.
He slow cooked himself.
Yeah,
he literally slow cooked himself. Yep.
Actually, it was more of a slow poach.
Yeah, basically,
Okay.
he basically kind of did the old-fashioned lit a fire underneath the tub to heat it up, and he just laid in there, died, and.
Does anybody want breakfast? I got poached eggs.
I got poached Uncle Fred.
Crock pot.
Well, somebody check that place out. See if it's still in business. Rotten.com.
I'm pretty sure it's still around.
Oh, it sounds familiar for some reason.
Yeah, I'm not adding that to my search history.
Oh, you guys, I was talking to my best buddy on the phone, and he was like, "What are you eating for dinner?" And we were talking about, what we're cooking and shit. And I was like, "I'm just got these frozen shepherd's pies. They're really good, though. I'm going to heat one of those up." And he's like, "Oh, cool. So he texts me later. He's like, "What have you done to my algorithm? I'm getting advertisements for shepherd's pie now." So it gets better. So the next day I call him, right? It's Cosmic Kyle. That's my buddy. So I call him and I'm like, "Hey, dude, you know that algorithm thing you were saying?" He goes, "Yeah." And I said, "Dildo, lube, condom." I just kept going.
Looks like rotten.com.
And he goes, he just looked at me like totally straight faced. And when I stopped it, he goes, "You motherfucker."
Looks like the
fuck
the place,
now, bitch.
looks like rotten.com got shut down in 2012.
Oh,
so funny.
Oh God, that's funny. I got called out recently, Beck. Somebody was saying, "Hey, Dawson, you always got your hoodie and a t-shirt when you're on the streams and stuff. Why don't you wear any, Shills attire or whatever? Why don't you wear any Shills shit?" So I ordered a fucking a hoodie and a t-shirt and whatnot. So now I can be all dolled up in my own shit, just like every other cheese-eating fucking douche tuber out there. It really sucks,
Let me let me put my face on my shirt. It's kind of like
I know.
that, right?
Yeah. I am Dick Dawson and I am a YouTuber. Yeah. Fuck. How am I supposed to do this? It doesn't, it goes against everything I believe in. I wear plain. Look, there's no logos on me. This is how I live.
Then don't do it. Don't do it. Hang it up on the wall behind you.
Hey, that's a good
Advertise them
idea.
Advertise them like they're for sale and don't fucking wear them.
That's what I'm going to do. Done.
You know,
Done.
You should be like me. You just put your face or, you know, I guess your merch on your avatar and then stream naked.
Wait a minute. When did you?
I
stream
like
naked
that very
and when's
much.
The next time, because I'll
Yeah.
be there.
Yeah, I was just going to say, is this something we can all do together, or you know what? Like,
I mean,
you know,
I just assumed that's why
love to
Purple always hides
stream
behind her
naked with
avatar.
my.
good call, Maya. All right, so weekly naked stream with Purple. Good, done. All right.
Date.
Oh, is it?
I'm gonna
naked
have
time?
to. Yeah,
Today
I'll
is
have to
naked
go to
day.
my. Well, I'm gonna have to switch to my animated avatar for that. You know, just because you know, I mean.
Oh, I love your animated avatar.
Oh, thank you. I love the animated avatar angle when I'm sitting there, just like you know, let's say not in an on-camera mood, because you can be all jovial and you have your little avatar and you could like not even brush your hair that day. Nobody cares. I really like that. You know, it gives you freedom.
It does.
Indeed.
It does.
Yeah. I like that. Especially when I'm being an angry asshole and I'm really calling somebody out in the stream, because sometimes in the background, I'm all like smiles and laughing because I know it's funny, right? And if I was on camera doing that routine, it wouldn't sell because I'm not all serious in the face and going, "Arr!" You know, I'm in the background going, this is fucking stupid, right? And it wouldn't sell, you know?
Yeah, Beck wouldn't know anything about raging on screen.
Yeah, never happened. Never
I've
happened.
never done that 4 times now. Hey, you know what? Sometimes you just gotta fucking be a dick and tell people to shut the fuck up.
I've done that.
I do that.
I've
often,
done that.
Actually.
Yeah.
Not in my streams,
Yeah.
but in other people's streams. Holy fuck.
Oh no,
Yeah,
I
I
do
mean-
it on my streams. I do it a lot, actually. You know.
There was a bunch of like disrespect on the panel and in my chat and shit, and I just went off. Just told everybody, you
Yep.
know what? If you don't want, you fucking leave. Go right now. Go.
Oh yeah.
I don't care. Unsubscribe from me. I don't give a fuck.
And you know what?
Nobody
Like,
left.
I call everybody in my chat fuckers, but like I really do have a good core group that comes through every week.
You do. Yeah. I
For
haven't been
your-
getting fucking YouTube notifications until like people are 30 minutes in and shit, pissing me off.
Oh God, happens to me all the time.
Well, I have
YouTube
an
is-
inability to stream for less than 2 hours, so you're in luck.
What? Huh?
I said I have an inability to stream for less than 2 hours.
Oh yeah, well, yeah, we know
So,
that you don't.
30
go
minutes
very
in, we're
short.
like still like getting through intros.
Speaking of 2 hours, I'll tell you one thing. You can take it as you want, but I learned over like a 3.5 year period of live streaming that live streams that go over 2 hours do not help you at all. You have to end them before 2 hours.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
algorithm wise, yeah.
Yep.
Unless you
Anything
don't care,
that-
like I never cared.
Yes, for people
Yeah,
who are trying
well-
to grow their channels, though.
Yes, that's what I'm saying, right? You know, absolutely. But if you're going to do a stream that lasts 2 hours and 10 minutes versus 1 hour and 50 minutes, well, why wouldn't you just end it a little sooner and get more promotion, right? I mean, I just, you know,
Yeah, I have like 175 subs. I don't know.
But
if I
I-
doubled that, I'm sure it wouldn't make a difference in the algorithm.
Not really. Last time I checked, I had 606. Didn't make a difference for me.
yeah, but they're I won't go into it now because we don't want the stream to be how do you do YouTube thing and blah blah and yada
like,
yada. But
there are a
you
lot
know,
of people out there that would love to hear this. Like, yeah, share your words
know,
of wisdom.
well, I do have a couple. I don't think they're very good, but you know, there are things that I've learned, and consistency is a very big thing, and the other thing is end before 2 hours, because for the love of God, the promotion you get from YouTube by ending before 2 hours, even if it's 1 hour 55 minutes versus 2 hour 10, the promotion you get afterwards from YouTube is insurmountable, and it makes a difference. It really does. It really does. It's huge.
Of course, you don't mention this until we're at 2 hours and 20 minutes tonight.
Thanks.
Yeah. Okay. Well, in my defense, I haven't been here for 2 hours and 20 minutes, right? You know.
I like Matt says, it's not like I'm trying to grow my channel. I've given up.
Right.
I have managed to claw my way back up to 560 subscribers again.
Back up? What happened?
Good.
I was at 565. I don't know what happened, but over the course of about a month, I dropped down to like 530.
God.
Oh, you wait, Maya, it's coming to you. This is how YouTube does it. You get to a certain point, and then YouTube stops promoting you, and you have to do it yourself on social media to bring people over. And YouTube has the metrics. They can tell when people got notifications or if they came from Twitter and stuff. And you have to build your own thing. But then when you do, YouTube takes over again and pushes you in the algorithm. And how it works is you get a hump at about 200 subs that you have to get over. And then you get another one at 500. Then you get another one at 1,000. Then you get another one at 2,500. Then you get another one at about 5,000. Then you get another one at 10,000, 20,000, and 50,000. And after 50,000, YouTube stops fucking with you and finally just promotes you on your own merit. But that is how it actually works. And I have lived through it up to 6,000 subs on the shills now. And I know I'm right.
Yeah. Okay,
no,
I
totally
can
believe
avoid
you.
them
I just
just
can't
promoting
fathom
me based on my
50,000
channel's
subs.
merit.
Wait,
Sorry,
you guys
Maya,
kind of
go
talk at the
ahead. We
same
were
time.
both talking.
Sorry.
I kind of heard Maya, but I didn't hear you.
Let Maya go.
No, I was just saying I can't fathom 50,000 subs.
Right.
The income potential at 50,000 subs is something that I can't fathom. And at 6,000 subs, the shills has more income than you could possibly imagine. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah.
You have no idea. And it is totally worth shooting for. Trust me. And like Purple and Maya, both of you, you have what it takes to do that. Stop fucking around and actually do it. Trust me. Just do it. Because, oh dear God, you have no idea what's coming. Trust me. Just do it. Just do it. Please, just do it.
Well,
you will love it.
I would also run into a problem if my income were to increase slowly.
No, you don't, actually, because you put it under a business and you put it under and you hide it and stuff and the government and blah, blah. Trust me, I know all this too. It's not a problem.
Okay, because I would be worried that if my insurance goes up a couple $100 a month, I can lose my health coverage.
Purple, over at My Way right now, like if I'm going to be honest, and I can, because it's not like Canadian Revenue is watching your stream, right? I make way too much money on the shills, and I should be getting penalized. But I'm able to show my government, oh, but you see, I give out this money to this person and this money to this person. It's not all my channel. I have to give out some money and stuff and blah, blah. And everybody's just like, yeah, cool, dude. Go ahead. No problem. It's unbelievable the way it works. But if you, like especially you, Purple, you've got some, you got some people that are showing up and stuff and on the stream and whatnot. It wouldn't take much to get you over the hump and get some money in off this channel. And you could still do what you want. I mean, think of the shills. Do I do what I don't want? No.
Well, I am reformatting things.
Right.
Actually, it's next week already. We'll be starting my 5th year.
Oh wow! Congrats.
So I am switching things around. I'm actually not going to be doing this late night show. I'm just going to be doing Wednesday afternoon at a later time. But I am going to start working on at least
Wednesday.
once a month.
Purple, Wednesday is the worst day to go live. You've got to change that. You've got to. Wednesday is the worst day in the analytics to go live. You can't do Wednesday. It's got to be Tuesday or Thursday. It's the worst day to go live. You can't do it.
I don't know.
Is there a reason for that?
I've heard people switching to
Just the
Wednesday and
middle of the
having
week,
better luck.
People are busy.
Well, actually,
No,
I was going Wednesday because it's the day that I'm not competing against somebody else in the community.
Right.
Never, 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 never should that be your concern.
Purple, let me tell you what happened to
Yours?
me. Let me tell you what I did, Purple. Remember back when Neil switched his schedule? He was on Monday, Wednesdays, Friday.
You mean Neil, the 401 atheist, right?
604 atheist, but yes.
Yeah.
So he changed his days, and he went to Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays.
Yep.
Those were the days I streamed. So I went to Mondays and Wednesdays to avoid Neil, and my viewer count dropped faster than a fucking condom at a goddamn hotel. I mean,
Yep.
it was people just disappeared.
Yeah.
Mondays and Wednesdays are okay. Wednesdays horrible.
Yeah.
I got
Wednesday's the
horrible viewers.
worst.
I was
Yeah.
lucky. I was lucky. Now, Purple. I usually had 15 to 22 people in the chat. I'd be lucky to have 6 on a Wednesday. He's right. Wednesday's horrible. It's just
Wednesday's the worst day on YouTube, especially for live streams. And I have the metrics to back it up from 4 years of fucking YouTubing. Like no problem.
I am going to get into at least once a month on a Saturday afternoon. I'm going to be doing an actual serious show on a topic.
That's a good
I was thinking
idea.
about doing that because there's gaps on Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, well, basically, I'm going to be doing it that on Saturday morning. Mage does, his live stream of his gardening channel.
Sometimes.
Yep. And then Godless Granny comes on right after him. So I'm going to follow Granny.
If Purple, if you time your Saturday stream after our Saturday stream with Operator Starsky, I could do a redirect from our stream to yours, and I could literally have at least 500 people see your link as the next live stream.
What time do you usually wrap that stream up?
2 p.m. Pacific.
Which is what?
So 4 p.m. your time. Yeah, 4 p.m. your time. Yeah.
Well, actually, I was planning on starting at 4:30 Central because that's when Granny would wrap up.
Well, if you could do it at 4:15, I could do a redirect to your show, and then we can watch what happens to your sub count after Operator Starsky's
well,
stream.
yeah, obviously
right?
that would give me a huge boost. It would be a lot of people who probably aren't aware my channel exists.
Exactly.
Yeah, just a few, right?
Yeah,
but that's how it's done, dude.
So.
Yeah, exactly, right? That's how it's done, Purple. We got to do these kind of things, right? You're a member of the Shills channel. You should be taking advantage of the fact that you are, and you're not.
Well, I'm just kind of tagging along and exploiting your fame.
There's no fame here. It's a group effort, and that's not the way to look at it. The way to look at it is, I want my piece, bitch.
Yeah.
Right? That's how it's done.
How long have you been working with the Shills, Purple?
Oh, I don't even remember when I started actually being on the show.
3 years? 2.5 years?
I think about 2.5 at
Has
least.
it been that long? Okay.
Yeah.
And what have you asked of Dick or the Shills ever?
Never.
That's my point.
Well,
Never.
that's not entirely true. Dick's helped me out with a number of things. And actually, they got me a new microphone, which, Dick, I still need to sit with you for, how to tweak that and tune it up.
Yeah, but that's not. It's not what have you asked of. Every now and then you've said, "Hey, do you want to be a part of this?" I mean, seriously, you know how many people that have been a part of the Shill's channel that have done very big things to bleed it over to theirs, and you've never done any of them? Like, come on, it's time, right?
Yeah, when I've done fundraisers, I've asked you to plug them for me. That's about all.
Yeah, exactly. Right. And I mean, come on, shit, we can do better than this. Come on.
Yeah, your fundraiser plugs were really, really great. Like they gave my channel a big boost when I got started, and I wasn't even in your community at that time.
Yeah, but honestly, my channel has just been something I've been doing for fun. I haven't put any real effort into it. It's been a running joke that this has been an experiment to see how far you can grow a YouTube channel without putting in any actual effort.
Right. But look at the conversations and whatnot that happens on this channel. People actually care to listen. It's time to get it out to the masses, Purple. Come on, let's go. Let's do it.
Well, I have a very loyal core group. I really have a group of just like maybe 24 people who actually watch on a regular basis. That's about it.
Yeah. Actually, I think your core group is bigger than that. But because you usually do midweek Wednesday streams, you're on the wrong day. We really, like I've always thought, Purple, that your stream could take off if there was just, that fucking push,
push. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean, your is about like mine because you gotta, like, you're averaging between 50 and 60 views for your live streams. And, I used to, like, I get about 15-ish live, like people that come through on average that are watching my lives. But again, that's through 2 hours. So within a 2-hour time span, like when I'm done with the stream, it's like almost 50 people that just showed up for the live. And then I get another 20 that'll watch within the next, that'll come back and watch like a 2-hour live stream within the next 24 hours. So, I mean, that is like a core 60, 65 people that, I can count on. And, you have about the same thing going on. So, I mean,
I get 10 to 20 people watching live. And then,
at a
I go
time,
back
but
and I
coming
look
through
at
the streams
from
is
like
different.
a week or so ago, there'll be 50, 60 views on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But with a slight concentrated push, we could totally get that number up. It wouldn't be hard. I mean, Purple, I show up to your streams to hang out because it's a fun place to be. That means that the Shill's viewers will also like it. It's just that fucking simple, right? It really is.
It is. Because so many places you go, everybody wants to fucking fight and argue and be disrespectful.
And that's a big part of it is that I really have tried as much as possible to avoid drama and not letting people bring drama from other channels over here.
I wish I had tried better in our early days. Oh, dear God.
Well, while we've been talking about this, I've been looking at the numbers of views I've had on my channel, and the one that I got the most views is me giving my first impression on Batshit.
Yep.
Batshit.
Yeah, I did first impression on Bat Guano fertilizer. And it has 475 views.
Yeah.
Hey,
I didn't know it was that high. I knew it was over 300.
That's a really good view count.
Yeah, especially considering I only have 140 subscribers.
Yeah. Well, you've got a good subject matter. Gardening's a popular thing a lot of people want to follow.
That's true. Yeah.
Part of the problem with my channel is it's never been defined what it is I do.
But we can help define that going forward by you having the defining topic, keeping your crew on topic, and we send over the Starsky viewers afterwards. I mean, seriously, we could do something really big here. I wouldn't doubt that we could hit you at 1,000 subscribers inside of 3 months if we do it properly. You know, come on.
The question is, do you want a big channel?
No, I'm not really interested in having a huge channel, but you know.
You should be, because it's money for doing what you're doing now. As long as you're not chasing the money and changing who you are, and you're still doing the same shit that you did before, there's nothing wrong with collecting a few dollars for it.
Yeah, you know, I'm still surprised that I've got 7-8 people subscribing to me on Patreon. I never expected that to happen. I just went and created an account on Patreon so nobody else could be using my name there.
Good call. Good call.
You know, and now it winds up that I've got 7 or 8 people that send me $20-25 a month.
Yeah.
When
See,
I created the channel, I went on all sorts of different websites just to create an account for Purple Rhymes with Orange, just so people couldn't use the same name on any of the popular websites, even if they're sites I have not visited since in the last 5 years.
Yeah. Don't mean shit anymore, right? Here, Purple, let me read you a couple of things from the chat. Loretta says, well, that's how I came to this channel, from the shills, right? And Ox afterwards says, this is like Shark Tank. It's not just the investment, it's the connections that you get, right? This is, you know, let the shills bleed over, Purple. You might get an extra like 150, $200 a month or whatever. You know, let that add up. Come on.
Yeah.
Like, it's not a bad thing,
Well,
right? You know, and
like
I'm not
I'm
saying
going to try to be a bit more organized about it and try to start doing some serious topics. Most of it's probably going to be, you know, things that are somehow related to the queer community.
Of course, that's your thing, right? You know, you're very much known as a transgender friendly channel. But the Shills is very much known as somebody who, you know, never gives anybody slag for who they want to be unless they're a flat earther, right? You know, so there's a natural that is different. Yeah. But there's a natural bleed over. Like I personally think a lot of our viewers would like your content. I really do. You know, I think if we did a concentrated push, you would be at 25, 30 viewers inside of 3 months. No problem. And I'd like to see that, you know, I really would, you know.
Yeah, like I said, I realize it's just, you know, I have to start putting in a bit more effort to, you know, be a little more organized and have things to keep the conversation moving.
The hosting gig can be a little bit of a confabulated clusterfuck for sure. I've lived it where you have nothing to say and all of a sudden you have to drive the conversation. And you're like, you know, but your stream rocks, man. You know, come on, it's time to do it. You know,
I appreciate it.
Yeah. All hail hair. What's the hair? I'm trying to do the, you know, the
Roman salute.
Yeah, you know what I mean? But yeah, you know, let's get this going. Let's get it going. Well, I think it's time, you know, for sure. Oh my God. You know how, I don't know if you guys have ever noticed, but I always wear my little hoodie on stream when I'm sitting, right? I finally ordered one of the Shills hoodies, so I'll have one of my own merch hoodies on coming up. Fuck. It felt weird to give myself profit to buy my own thing. It was a very strange situation, you know, like
well,
it was fucked up.
It has seemed weird to me watching that, just how many channels I've watched that these people are wearing their own face on their shirt.
I can't do that. I can't.
No, that's just, it looks weird.
I mean, you know, us on the Shills, we don't even say, you know, hit, you know, like the like it. Yeah, I can't
Hit
even
like and
say it right.
Hit like and subscribe and hit that bell notification so you can.
No, I'm way too Canadian for that. I can't say that shit. We don't do that on the shills.
I don't do that on my. I don't do that on my channel either.
I never
I
do that
can't-
on my live streams. On the couple of edited videos I did, you know, I did have the closing at the end of it, and I said tap the like button, but do it gently. We all know YouTube's already broken.
Molest that like button.
That's funny.
You know, so if I can make a joke out of it, fine. But yeah, I'm not just going to be begging people to like it.
No, I can't do it either. No way. It doesn't sit well. I can't stomach that, you know.
Perp, I'm going to get going here. It's
Okay.
kind of late.
Yeah, actually, we've been, 2 hours and 40 minutes now. So I really need to wrap this up because I have to be at an appointment in 8 hours from now.
That's cutting it close. You know, for me, I need 9 hours sleep. So, yep.
I never get enough sleep, but you know. So yeah, Jenny, you got anything happening you want to say before you go?
I have absolutely nothing happening whatsoever. I'm going to be sleeping for the next 2 months.
Oh, that sounds blissful. I want to do that.
Yeah, what drugs do that? 2 months?
I haven't figured that out yet, but I'm going to try.
Yeah.
Let me know when you do, honey, because I'm all
Put
over
my
them.
bills on automatic payment and just go to sleep. That'd be great.
I would give anything for something
Maya.
that would get me to sleep through the night at least once a month.
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah, I have that. It's called marijuana. Gets you through a night's sleep every single night.
Yeah. Okay,
right,
well,
If it
Dick,
wasn't for it, I wouldn't sleep but 4 or 5 hours.
Dick, what do you want to plug here?
Well, I'm going to plug is Purple Rhymes with Orange streams right here. Now, you can click like and you can click subscribe, but the most important thing you can do is click share. When YouTube senses that you've shared somebody's stream out on social media and the click back has come from another source, that builds a channel more than anything. So I want you all to click share right now and share this stream out on social media, because then you have truly done your part. Other than that, thanks for having me, fellow babies. I'll see y'all soon.
I have seen that count in the analytics that, you know, it'll tell me how many click-throughs came from which site.
It's the most important thing. Yep. It's the most important thing people can do is click share.
Yep. So, Mage, what have you got happening?
I'll probably have a garden tour coming up this week or for Tuesday.
Okay.
So,
of course, now you got the ace in a hole. You know, you can just live stream 2 hours of puppy cam and everybody will watch it.
Yeah, that's true. I could just like go Saturday and just live stream a
Puppies,
puppy
kittens,
for
and babies.
an hour.
Yeah, Mage, absolutely.
I probably should do
that puppy will pay for herself in a minute.
We'll have to get one of those, you know, little cameras that can strap a little helmet on her so everybody can see your garden from the dog's viewpoint.
I have been thinking.
Cool.
I do want to get a GoPro at some point, and strapping it to her would work.
That's awesome.
I probably should do a live stream at some point. I haven't done one in a while, so
No.
Yeah.
No treats.
Okay, Maya, what about you? When's your next one coming up?
Okay, let me think. I think I'm going to be on Skeptic Heaven Saturday afternoon,
Good
talking
channel.
about, you know, Nazis and Nazi sympathizers, and, you know, because apparently those are rampant in the community. Who fucking knew?
What time Saturday?
That's a great question.
Just trying to promote you there.
No, yeah, you're awesome.
Dear God, Nazis
What?
in the real world. What the fuck?
Holy fucking
know.
shit.
Can you believe that's even a
Can you
thing?
take Oz's anything that Oz says off the thing while I'm talking, please?
It just
Sorry,
like
Okay, so They said that it's definitely this Saturday, and they said they're looking to go live at 3:30 p.m. Central.
Okay, there you go. Now we
Cool.
know.
And
Yeah,
it's gonna be like it'll be me, Jenny, Cynthia. I think there's gonna be 6 total.
Cool. Operator
Not
Starsky
Jenny.
and I.
Jenny. I meant Stephanie. I'm so sorry. Jenny. Jenny, you should come to my channel though one day. I would love to talk to you.
Well, all I need is an invite.
Yeah, no, I've been trying to do I do social issues. And so I like talking about things that are meaningful to people. My last stream was Jenny and Bree, and we were kind of talking about allyship and expectations, but it doesn't have to be trans focused. It can be anything you want. We could talk about the Twitter algorithm if you'd like.
I know nothing about it.
No, I'm just playing because I know you were.
Oh,
are you back on Twitter now?
Uh-huh.
Okay, cool. Well, I'll hit you up and we'll discuss.
It's at a different address, but it's the same names, just kind of rearranged around. So you could probably find me if you just do some searching.
Are you still on Purple's midnight thingy?
Yes.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, so I can find you through the
Yep.
Wait, is it Succulent Secret Squirrel?
Well, that one's not mine. That's
Somebody
Critical
No, that's
Cripples
Amber's.
group, but
Well,
yeah.
I'm on that one
Yeah.
too.
Critical Cupcake
Yeah.
now.
Critical Cupcake, yeah.
Yep.
I'll find you. I know, because I know Jenny and I are in like a couple of group chats on Twitter. So
Jenny is back on Twitter because I told Elon Musk if he didn't let her back on, I was going to release those pictures of him in the drag show.
But then, yeah, me and Dr. Tapioca Weasel started doing science debunking, bad science debunking streams on Sundays, 9:30 p.m. Eastern.
Those are my kind of streams. I love
Cool.
that.
Yeah, no, and we always love to see you come through, Dick. Best dick in the internet.
Hey, that's my dick you're talking about.
Thank you.
Okay,
that's
so
how I
back, have you
planned.
got anything coming up?
I always tell everybody, see, I told you I had a 6-foot long dick.
Well, that wasn't
Son of a
quite what I meant
bitch.
by coming
I
up,
was
but-
trying to have a sip of my beer when you said that, you bastard.
Careful, Dick. You'll make it a competition to see if we can get you to spray your keyboard.
And I'm just evil enough to try.
yeah, I'm sure it's coming.
So, Beck, you have
Yes,
any
ma'am.
upcoming appearances you want to talk about?
You'll have to forgive me because my internet's a little blinky right now. I am not doing anything. This is the first time I've been on a panel and I don't know how long.
Well, I know you've been producing for Mama Deb.
Yeah, she's on hiatus. Her back is wrecked right now.
Okay.
She fell down her stairs.
Oh, I didn't know
So-
about her taking a fall. I knew she hadn't streamed the last
Oh my
couple of
God, is
weeks.
she okay?
Yeah, it's just that her back is already wrecked and they've already like
Ooh.
removed 2 discs and
Ooh.
like her back is
Oh
just
my God.
Damn.
Yeah,
and
that's serious
she
crap.
walks downstairs backwards and they live in a townhouse right now, which is why they're looking for a single floor.
Right.
She has to go down backwards and she
That's
thought she counted the
insane.
steps and she had one
Oop.
more step
No.
to go. So she ended up falling on her hip, which is connected to her back. Yeah. So she's been down for like 3 weeks, 3.5 weeks or something now. It's been almost a month.
Oh, fuck. That sounds horrible.
Yeah. Well, I'd been
Yeah, I
missing
feel
her
bad
mental
for her.
health
She's such a
streams the last
sweetheart.
couple of weeks, but I hadn't heard what had happened.
Yeah, I said if she felt up to it to put a thing out saying, hey, blah blah blah. But I don't know if she ever got to do it or not because she's literally in so much pain she can't think straight.
Right. Yeah, we get
Wow.
And then she
Wow.
feels bad because she's not working right
Yeah.
now and she's
Oh.
doing all the household stuff. And, like Rusty and her have their chores, you know how it is. So she feels bad because she's been sitting on her couch and on her coffee table trying to vacuum the floor because she can't fucking stand up and do it. I wish I could go help her, but there's nowhere for me to live up there right now that I could afford. So,
yeah.
So once they find a house and with some property, and I'd love to go take care of her. She came and took care of me after my surgery for a week. Took care of my whiny ass. So anyways, no, I have been wanting to get back to streaming. I'm just absolutely befuddled what to do with my channel. I just don't know.
Well,
so
I'm always happy to jump in if you do.
Beck,
well, thank you.
If I may, you know what you do with your channel? What the fuck you want to do with it?
That's what
It'll be good.
Know what I want, Dick.
You do. You simply go live. Yeah, but you do. Yeah, but you do. You just simply go live and start talking, and it will be fine. Trust me.
Yeah.
That's basically what I've been doing for 5 years. I go live. I hope somebody else shows up, so I'm not talking to myself.
Yeah.
I was thinking, because I'm not working right now, I was actually thinking about doing a stream on Tuesdays and Thursdays before Neil's.
Tuesday. Well, like I said,
again,
there's a gap. There's a gap of quiet right there.
Again, I've said this before already tonight, but as soon as you give a rat's ass about what other people are doing for their live streams, you fucked yourself over. You can't do that. You can't.
No, it's just it's a convenient time.
It's not. No,
it's
not.
Seriously, it is.
No.
Are you kidding me?
I am.
If you do it, if you go in the afternoon, you can get people from all over the fucking world. Literally.
Yeah, but your first concern wasn't when you were going to go live. It was based around Neil. Come on, you got to. It was. I heard it.
Well, yeah, well, because almost everybody that subscribes to me subscribes to him. He's the one person I can't compete with.
Yeah, but
Anybody
maybe
else,
you could
I
actually compete. I don't buy this. I don't buy this. No,
dude,
sorry, that's not how it works.
No, but I've tried. I've tried.
Okay, Purple, end the stream because Beck doesn't know what he's talking about.
Fuck off.
Hey, we're just wrapping up.
Fuck off,
well,
Dick.
Okay.
Yeah, we gotta go, Purple. I gotta go beat my dick.
Well,
isn't that sign off?
Okay, next week will be my channel's 5th anniversary. So next Wednesday, the 3rd, we're going to be doing our 10th season premiere. We're going to be going Wednesday at 2 p.m. Central. We had been doing it at noon. I pushed it back to 2 p.m. To be a more convenient time for people in the UK and Western Europe to join in. So, and then May 20th, I'll be starting my new series that I'm just calling On Topic, because that's all it is. We're going to actually try to stay on topic for at least an hour.
Okay, hold on. I got one for that.
Crazy.
Yep. So on May 20th, I'm just going to have a panel of old fogies telling you all what life was like being an adult before the internet was around.
I'm in.
So what time should I be there, Purple?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I'm fogey number 3. Okay.
Oh shit.
Well, it's something I've been joking about doing for years, so I just decided that, yeah, we're actually going to do it. So, yeah, bring all your anecdotes about, all the stuff you used to have to do manually before you had a home computer.
You mean jerking off? Oh, sorry.
No, the internet.
I'd have a better imagination back in the day.
No, having to turn the page for yourself while you're jerking off.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? It's not cool, Jenny. It can cause you to miss a stroke.
Well,
hey, since I've been 27 years old, I've never had sticky pages on an ebook reader.
Okay, with that, I just want to thank my supporters, all the people who have been sending me money on Patreon. Southern Sail, Vonrek, The Lavender Lady, Greg Hartwick, Robert X, Kitty the Atheist, and my #1 subscriber, Skits Crasher. So appreciate you people helping me pay the internet bill every month so I can keep doing this.
Love you, Skits.
With that, we
Wherever
will
you
wish
are,
you
you
all a good
sexy
night,
man.
and we will see you next week. Bye-bye.
Night.
Ow!
Don't get caught.